You staying home tonight?
I hadn't planned on it, no.
Plan on it.
Minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery.
You're gonna die.
I'm Raymond Arroyo. We'll see you next time.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. It's starting now.
Damn it, Kyle. Kyle's in the closet, as usual, where he belongs.
We're here, we're back. What?
There's no cussing, right?
No, there's cussing. You can cuss. Well, I mean, like,
There's a
here's
little
my.
bit of cussing.
Catholics. I
Here's
forgot.
my.
Don't
well, here's
say.
my. Woo, we're drinking tonight. So,
Don't say.
no. That's a hard one in the first 30 seconds. That's
You're
like.
gonna bleep it.
It's gotta be
You're gonna
later.
bleep it.
Okay, dang it, man.
What kind of bleep noise do you guys have?
It's just like a beep.
Oh.
Should we get a better one?
I mean, depending on the situation.
Okay, wait. You're throwing us off. Okay, wait. I gotta introduce you. I gotta introduce you.
Okay.
So we're here with Kyle and Adrian in the closet as usual.
Together.
And we got Brittany here.
What's up?
Allie
Died.
again. So this is like 2 episodes in 1 month that she's died during.
She's been dead a lot.
She's like you guys is Kenny from South Park.
Yes. Kenny's dead. So here's how I want to introduce our guest today.
Go for it.
Okay.
Our esteemed.
I want to tell a story.
Tell the story.
Can't wait for this.
Okay, so sometimes. Oh wait, no! I want to get back to my
Get back to.
my thing about
We've hardly gotten any traction.
my thing about traction. My thing about cussing. So I feel like everyone on a podcast is responsible for their own words, just like if you're like at a party, right?
Yes.
So like.
So stop saying so much racist stuff, Edmund.
Well, that was before we started, but
Yeah.
so it doesn't count. No, like I think, yeah, people can say whatever they want, right? They're on the.
Sure.
That's what I normally say.
You're saying that however someone behaves is their own testimony.
Yeah, it's kind of like
It's
yeah,
a
make yourself
reflection
at
on
home.
you.
Not like two at home, but like.
Well, it's like,
Make
do you
yourself
want to
at your
get?
grandma's home.
There you go.
Like, don't get naked.
I mean,
Do you swear in front
But
of your
take
grandma?
your shoes off.
Oh, okay.
it just
Okay, wait,
depends
wait.
on how much you want to get canceled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
jeez.
Okay, so wait, let me tell this story to set up our guest.
Okay.
All right. So there I was at about 10 o'clock at night on I want to say it was like a Tuesday. It wasn't even like a weekend night, I don't
This
think.
is the story of when y'all fell in love.
Well, pretty much actually.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So
I haven't heard this story.
there I was.
Do you remember what I was wearing? Do you remember what I was wearing?
No, I don't. Probably a hat. Are
Do
we
you remember
recording?
what
Are we
Edmund
good,
was
Kyle?
wearing?
Are we recording? Oh, okay,
We're
good.
good. We're just getting the show
Edmund,
notes.
what color are
lined
my
up.
eyes?
They're blue.
No, they're not. They're green.
Dang it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there I was.
That's very close.
Yeah.
That was very close. So there I was outside of a gas station drinking.
Alone.
Alone, standing literally directly in front of the gas station.
Were you drinking a buzzball?
He looked like one half of what is it? Jay and Silent Bob. Like you were just Jay.
I'm just standing there. So I was drinking something like really embarrassing, probably like a raspberry Truly or something.
Or a rosé in a can?
Probably actually that Babe Rosé.
That's
And
his
so,
jam.
I was just having one of those days, standing outside a gas station drinking, and I was near my moped, and you walked up and were like, "Hey, man," I forget what your opening line was, but it was something like, "Hey, man, is that a moped?" Or it would tell me about the moped.
Yeah.
And then we hit it off, and immediately. Anyways, you told your story. Anyways, our next guest, without round of applause for Juke.
That was the most
Yes.
exciting
Last name.
backstory
Yeah,
of all
sorry.
time.
I'm sorry. I don't know what there was. Anyways, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, man. We finally made it happen.
We finally made it happen.
An Ice-Mageddon got in our way.
It did. Yes, there was a lot of issues that
Allie
happened
was out of town or something.
multiple times.
Well, now she's dead, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about
And
that.
then I reminded you.
And then you reminded me.
Yeah.
And then you showed up at his barbershop
Yeah.
before anyways, before we all ever met
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, I think before any of us knew.
So you identify as a barber.
I do. That is, yeah.
Okay.
Some
How
people
long?
feel some kind of way about that, but
Yeah.
I do.
How long have you known? I didn't plan for that to be the guiding metaphor of this, but how long have you known that you were going to be a barber? Because I know some of your backstory, so it's hard to ask questions.
Well,
I know
don't
your
know
story.
any of it, so
Okay, so tell-
just tell us your story.
The barber story or
Your whole life story. We have time.
Plenty of time.
We don't have that much time.
We have time.
Oh, we have plenty of time.
So let's stick to barbering for this.
Yeah.
This,
Oh, I didn't know it was a
Encounter.
verb. Barbering.
You can get closer here too.
To barber.
The person that last used this was vaccinated.
oh, good.
So.
Yeah, I was just trying not to. I was trying to be polite.
Oh no, you're great.
Oh,
You're good.
we're fine.
So I think I think we just started. You asked me what I did, and I was like, I'm trying to get into like video and social media stuff. And you were like, and I said something about podcasting. You're like, oh man, I've always wanted to run a podcast out of my barbershop. And I was
Yeah.
like, you're a cool guy. One, barbershop. Two,
Yeah.
podcast out of the barbershop.
Yeah. So yes. So that thing is my style of barbershop, as our La La Land friend here knows, is very much about talk,
Yeah.
guy talk, just locker room. It's a very safe space, in other
Great.
words.
Yeah.
Anyway, and people have always said, oh, you should do podcast. And
Do they say it that way?
most of them sound like that. most of my
Wow.
clients, yeah. Anyway, I tried. I got this little mount and I mounted it to my chair and I had this phone thing and I had like a lapel mic and I recorded it and then I tried to do like, what is it called? Like not time lapse stuff.
yeah.
And I was trying to get creative and then I posted a time lapse thing and it was like 30 comments on this video and every single one of them was like, I forget the name of the song, but they were all like, and I was like, great. I think I'm bad at this. So I've always wanted to try to capture what happens. I think other people have kind of seen the value of that sort of environment. I know LeBron James tried to do a show about a barbershop that had nothing to, like it was literally just that was the backdrop.
Yeah.
It looked like a barbershop,
Yeah.
but they talked about other things.
I think I saw that movie.
Wait, what?
No,
It
no,
was like a
that's,
web series, wasn't it?
It's a talk show.
There's a movie called Barbershop
Oh,
with Ice Cube, and
Yeah,
just like
that's-
every other one of his movies, there's 1,000 of them.
okay. Yep.
So the
I
cool
haven't
part-
seen
the
any
cool
of
part
them.
is that
Maybe
you-
one.
And I love Ice Cube. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, don't
But
we all?
he's
Ice Cube,
competing
if you're
with-
watching this.
Yeah, shout out to Ice Cube. And he is watching this.
Yeah.
Duh. Him and my mom.
He watches all your stuff.
on the same couch. Ice Cube and my mom just watch this show.
Yeah, I've always felt like he's competing with Land Before Time for
Oh,
sequels.
yeah.
Just like
Little,
Friday, Next Friday,
what
Good
was
Friday, Black Friday.
Littlefoot.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
little dinosaur.
Yeah.
Related to that,
Okay.
Sorry for
can-
sounding like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
we connected too because you had just recently moved to Grapevine to start a barbershop.
That's true.
And I was like, oh,
During
I'm
the
trying to
pandemic.
start a thing too. Yeah, during the pandemic.
Wow. How do you like Grapevine?
Well, I kind of grew up over here. So
Oh, okay. I was going to ask where you came from.
Wait, like Post Malone classmates or like?
I am older than him.
Okay, all right.
By probably a decade, so
Okay.
no. But
Hey, you look great.
thank you.
So
Yeah, I work
before moving,
don't.
I work out. Before moving here, you were involved in a barbershop in Dallas or Fort Worth or like?
Dallas. So, all right. So, barber story. I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years.
Okay.
Thank you
Active
for your
duty.
service.
Yeah.
I did not do it for you. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. I was just trying to avoid Quiznos.
Is that like your normal line? Like
yeah,
when
yeah.
someone
I
says
love
that?
that.
It's very awkward.
I love that.
It was pretty awkward, man. That was pretty rough.
I mean, it's
I
honest.
was like,
And
did he
I-
do it for all the Americans except me?
What did Brittany do?
No, I was just trying not to work at Quiznos. That's all. I meant.
Brittany, do you have any friends in the military? I have 4 friends in the military. Out of the 4, one will lie to you and say it's out of love for the country. The other 3 are like, college was stupid expensive.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
college was not really an option for me. I mean, I did do some University of Phoenix. I don't mean to brag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a very hard school to get into
Yeah.
if you have an active firewall.
Yeah.
Did you have any classes with Shaquille O'Neal?
Probably.
I did not. No,
How
no.
would you have known?
Well, I actually was one of the losers that went to one of the local campuses.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
okay.
It was the only way I could get my post 9/11 GI Bill.
Oh,
Pay
nice.
for my rent. Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
It was basically a second job until I found out that they would pay for barber school.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Wait, in the military? Okay, that.
No, this is after I got out. I used,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah. So I'm in the Marine Corps, and you have to get a haircut every week, and so you become very opinionated about bald fades.
Oh.
And also, I have copper wires growing out of my face, and shaving was a nightmare. I hated shaving. And somebody that looked a little bit like me, excuse me, was like, hey, you should try this place at the Fashion Valley Mall. I was stationed in San Diego. He was like, you should try this place in the Fashion Valley Mall called the Art of Shaving. Shout out to the Art of Shaving. This is before they were bought by Gillette, I'm pretty sure. So they were like still very, very boutique. And I showed up and I was like just totally into it. And I bought all the things and they just got me.
Did they do the thing with the little brush and they like lather you up?
They didn't do that to me, but yeah, they sold me on all that. I bought all of those things.
Straight razors and all that kind of. Okay, that's
so
cool.
I got my first straight razor and a Badger hairbrush and all the shaving cream, oils and liniments and stuff. And when I was checking out, the lady was like, hey, there's actually a local barber shop in Normal Heights, San Diego that if you bring this stuff to them, the master barber there will teach you how to use it. And I was like, that's sick.
That's cool.
So I show up to this barber shop on this card and I walk in. It's a very cool neighborhood, very much like downtown Grapevine or Bishop Arts, Dallas, or like near Southside Fort
those two are in the same category.
Well, I just mean
Not from
very
here.
walkable,
I didn't get the
lots
joke.
of storefronts.
I literally, while you were saying that, I just like nodded. I was like, yeah.
Edmund
'cause
never
I'm
leaves
not
Grapevine. He's never been to Bishop Arts.
I'm just not from
The
Texas.
moped is not going to make it down I-35.
No.
Yeah.
So you go to this guy.
I go to this barber shop. It's called Barber Side in San Diego. Shout out Barber Side. And I walk in and there's this guy. He's older. I'm like 18, by the way, 19. And there's a guy standing there holding his Art of Shaving razor, talking to the master barber, doing the thing I'm there to do.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, so I do it like this, but my hand's on the wire. I can't see what I'm doing. What do I do? And I was like, oh, that's me. I'm that guy. I'm lame right now. And so I just shoved the razor into my pocket. And there's literally someone was like, sir, can we help you? And I was like, I just need a haircut. And the rest is history. You know, I literally, I just fell in love with this place. It was like this Americana, very old school feeling barbershop, but there was nothing like super museum-y about it.
Yeah.
And I just loved it. I loved the personalities. I loved the talk. I loved the culture. And I thought, I think I could do this. Like, I don't know if I'll be good, but I could definitely try.
Yeah.
And so I asked the guy if I could apprentice, and it was very under the table unofficial.
Yeah.
And I did that for like 2 years. I was active duty Marine Corps, so I'd get off at like, 16:30, at 4:30 in the afternoon, and then I would change out of camis and go over to the barber shop and sweep and whatever.
Dang.
And I built a little thing in my garage on base housing. And I was cutting hair for free every Sunday for Marines, and then I deployed, and I took this whole like Pelican case with like diced foam and like had all my things in it so they would make the trip. And I cut my CO's hair in Afghanistan, and so I was like this lower rank. I was a Lance Corporal, and so there's this idea of like the Lance Corporal underground. It's like basically the water cooler talk, right? They're the ones gossiping because they're the children of the Marine Corps, basically. And it was very strong. I was the Lance Corporal underground was strong because I was a barber and I cut everybody's hair.
Dang.
And I loved it. And all I could do was shave and bald fades.
Yeah.
And when I got out, a bunch of people in my life were like, "You got a wife and kids? Like, what are you gonna do? Go work at Sports Clips?" And and when I moved back here, because this is where I enlisted from, I moved back here and we were living with my in-laws while I figured things out. And I kind of realized why they were giving me that advice. Like, there was nothing here except chains, except Regis owned.
And by here you mean like Dallas or
DFW.
Grapevine? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I started to be like, I don't think it's ethical, like to build any sort of livable situation. So I chased random crappy jobs and was going to the University of Phoenix to get that BAH money from my VA benefit. Not because I needed a degree in anything or knew what I was doing, but just because they were going to give me several $100s a month to do it every Tuesday. Yeah. So I did it. And then I found out that they would pay for this barber school. And so I quit my job and I moved to Dallas and went to this barber school. And
Is that so? Then from there, you did hook up with somebody that started a barbershop in downtown, or
right? So I learned about everything I was going to learn from that barber school, and I got lots of opinions about barber schools, but I won't bore you guys.
Are they different than like cosmopolitan schools?
That's
cosmology schools.
Cosmology,
Okay. Are they different than those?
It's actually called an esthetician.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Is that the one that waxes your?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your eyebrows.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna say, right?
Your other set of eyebrows, or whoa.
What?
Was that too? I didn't even know what I said.
I think maybe mustache would have been a funnier.
Okay, I should have said that. That was really funny.
names
Can we
of
do it
body
again?
parts.
Let's back it up again.
Okay.
Run it again.
I forgot my line.
Your mustache.
No,
Okay, so
Your mustache.
Thanks for coming
Your
on the show.
mustache.
It was just as funny the second time.
so when did you? Because you did work
So
with.
I graduated from barber school. I was cutting hair illegitimately at a place that I won't snitch on.
Walmart.
Yeah.
They were doing me a solid.
Okay.
And I was figuring out Instagram, and I got an Instagram, and somebody liked that Instagram that was in Dallas. And I was looking at their page like, this is probably in San Diego. This looks like all these cool barbershops.
Yeah,
that I was trying to
yeah,
be a part of.
yeah.
Well, it wasn't. It was in Oak Cliff. It was in the Bishop Arts. It was
Yeah.
called Brass Tacks, and it had only been open for like 3 months at the time. And I was like, do you have another chair? And he was like, I do, but it's getting upholstered. Like, that's how new they were. He was like, yeah, I'm trying to make another chair. And then he got the chair. He let me audition and hired me on the spot. And,
Cool.
and so then I was licensed and off to the races. And I
What is-
worked there for a year and a half. And I realized like we were blowing up. Like we were like booked out 5 weeks in advance. We got on the art
And like you were
manliness.
cutting like pretty big people's hair, like
Well, okay, so I got a lucky opportunity to be Leon Bridges' barber for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And that happened because my second day there, the owner, Brandon White, actually threw this like party. It was more of like a fundraiser. It was a silent auction, and there were like a couple local bands that were performing, and he had found a booker and built a relationship, and that guy sourced the musical acts. And one of them was this, dishwasher from Fort Worth, as the story goes.
man.
And it was Leon Bridges, and he showed up looking like Leon Bridges because that's his real authentic style.
Yeah.
And he had two background singers with him, and one of them was like, "Weren't you saying you needed a haircut? Why don't you get one while we're here? They're cutting hair for the foundation thing."
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know if they can cut my hair. And she was like, come on, I'll pay for it. He's like, all right. So he goes up to the front desk, gal, and where I went to barber school, I was the only Caucasian person there. Right? There were some Hispanic people. It was
You can
mostly,
say white on this podcast.
It was,
Yeah, you can say
it was,
white.
It was most.
We allow that. We'll censor it. We'll bleep it out.
Yeah, bleep it out.
Yeah,
please.
it's a hate word.
Anyway, so it was mostly African American and African immigrant, French speaking African
Oh, wow.
folks.
Yeah.
I lived in Vickery Meadow at the time, which is where we got Ebola here in Dallas. I don't know if you guys
I remember.
I'm a
that.
huge fan.
It's
But
over
I
by
was
the
a
medical
couple blocks away from that
district,
guy's
kind of.
apartment when that happened.
Wow, that sucks.
And well, I wasn't scared.
That was
I never went to
rough.
the hospital for anything.
Okay.
But anyway, so I did that. I went to this barber school on purpose because that was their demographic.
Yeah.
And I wanted to diversify my skill set.
In the Marines, was it mostly white folk or?
Actually, the Marine Corps is like, this is a total guess.
Yeah.
So this is not accurate.
Give the
in
numbers.
slightest.
You know the
But
numbers.
from the
Let's roll
hip-
the numbers.
From the hip,
soundbite.
I would say more than 50% Hispanic easily.
Yeah.
Really?
In California.
No.
Or
In the
you mean
Marine
just
Corps.
the entire Marine Corps?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, and then like 70% of them,
Okay.
not Hispanics, but just Marines,
Yeah.
are from Texas. Like,
Interesting.
Wow.
well, again, from the hip, but
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
that's a gut
wild.
feeling. And then there's another 15 that's from Ohio.
Okay.
And then the rest are sporadic. yeah.
Ohio.
So my dad was in the Air Force, and I do remember growing up, like like when we moved to Biloxi, Mississippi. I mean, there was like a lot of black kids in my school, but like on base, like it was I just remember it being pretty diverse. I just remember like not thinking much about
Right.
race too much. Maybe that was just my privilege. But then when we moved to Milton, New Hampshire, I was like, man, there are way more white people than I'm comfortable. Like,
Isn't that weird?
Because I was used to like on base, like my dad's boss being black, or like just every race, in everything,
Yeah.
like in.
Well, my family's from Maine, which is a very,
Okay, yeah.
very blue state.
Yeah.
But it's also the second least diverse state in the country. That's
Interesting.
True. That is not from the hip. That is
Interesting.
That's a true
factoid.
fact.
Yeah.
The first least diverse is West Virginia, and it's a lot different
Yeah.
non-diversity there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's
yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
hip, though.
That's from the hip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, that's
Maine.
a word. But
What
Or
is
is
a
that called-
barbershop audition like? You said you had to audition. What is that like?
I brought 3 of my friends to kind of showcase a skill set.
Okay.
So I just showed up with some clients. And,
Diverse group of friends, or
actually, I had there was slim pickings. I was cutting hair in Colleyville at the time.
yeah, okay.
So
All white people in Colleyville.
So
Unfortunately,
some of them commuted from Euless, but
Yeah.
regardless,
From South
there was
Lake.
3 white
Maybe
guys.
a
if you guys are
Bedford?
asking.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
One of them though
I
has
wasn't asking.
very straight, coarse, jet black hair, and
Okay.
very, very fair white skin. So
That's the worst.
no, it's brilliant for fades.
Oh,
in
okay.
photos.
Okay.
Because there's that contrast.
Like Edmund.
Oh yeah, super pale,
Yes, very pale,
super pasty guy,
very dark hair.
dark hair.
Edmund, you should tell him later about your
I don't have
terrible-
black
Just
hair.
like you.
I don't
No,
have
no,
black hair.
Basically,
I'm
looks
not
like
super
you.
pasty. I don't have black
Milky
hair.
white skin. Just
I'm
like
not
you.
that pasty.
Just like
Well,
you.
under
But I
these
don't.
lights-
This is not black hair. This is brown hair.
It's
Please.
almost
My
black.
whole life, it's
Totally
brown
joking.
hair.
He's way paler than you.
Okay.
No,
cool.
it's almost black.
But is it black hair? You're a barber. Is it black hair or brown hair?
No, your hair's brown.
Okay, thank God.
Is my hair brown or black?
Kyle's black.
Black.
I feel like it looks similar to Edmund's.
Adrian's hair is
Slightly
black.
darker.
Well, a little bit of
No,
brown.
Adrian's more brown than Kyle.
Adrian's more brown than Kyle.
Yeah.
Now,
Kyle's hair is more black.
what do you mean by that?
That's true.
Okay.
It's just a color of hair.
All right. Okay.
So I did a burst fade mohawk on one of them.
Whoa.
Hard part with
That
like
sounds
it was like the
intense.
totally hip thing to do. It
Yeah.
was just like a hard part with like a little pompadour.
Yeah.
And then I did a hot towel shave on the last one. And those were like he was like, oh, you can fade really well, you can do the trendy thing, and you can use a straight razor, which
Yeah.
I didn't know this at the time, but the other 2 barbers that were there had cosmetology licenses.
Ooh, he said barbers.
Yeah, because they had cosmetology licenses.
Ah.
And back then I was an arrogant purist. Now I'm way more respect.
Wait. So
for
cosmetology, does that mean that they wouldn't have used a straight razor? Like they
Yes.
didn't know how to use a straight razor?
Sure.
I
Some
mean-
of them know how. The legality is that they're not licensed to.
Oh,
That seems like a
interesting.
pretty dangerous thing to teach somebody
Yeah.
though. Like, hey,
It's not
don't
bad.
like slit someone's throat or something. Like just a little.
The first time I shaved a guy, so again, I learned while I was in the Marine Corps,
Yeah.
totally not legitimately.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, except for the fact that the people who were teaching me were successful, active, current barbers. They weren't barber instructors getting paid $12 an hour
Yeah.
because they couldn't make it out at
Yeah,
a barber
yeah,
shop. And there's my soapbox about barber schools. But anyway, so I got some of the best instruction
Yeah.
early on.
From people who really did the job.
Yes. So I was very proud of how I could shave. And so when I would meet guys going, I'm a barber, and like, you don't have the license to use a straight razor, it's literally the only thing that separates us from cosmetologists, I kind of got.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a difference.
Yeah. I didn't realize. I didn't even think. I
That
thought
being
barbers
said,
were
now
for
I
guys.
feel slightly differently about it.
Are barbers for guys in
Come on, Edmund, you can do it.
Barbers are dogs, and cosmetologists
are cats.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it, right?
No.
No, okay.
So
Cosmetologists are just they have like a chemistry background.
no,
they have to learn a lot of
I'm
chemistry
licensed-
stuff?
I'm licensed to do color
Oh, okay.
and wax.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can do all the Turkish.
Do you
stuff,
think
all the-
Edmund's face needs a wax?
No. You got a great skin regimen. Maybe
I
it's
got a
the
little
lighting.
bit right here.
No, I mean his mustache.
Oh, here?
Yeah. That's all he can grow.
I cannot grow very much facial hair. I am like French Canadian, very French Canadian. Well, not like it's just my face looks very French Canadian.
Yeah.
Not enough like.
Not enough to have a French last
Yeah.
name,
Yeah.
but
What were we talking about?
Like if Paul Bunyan had like an effeminate
yeah,
sort of like
Yeah.
he had his first
Effeminate.
son, but then like his second son.
yeah.
like the
second son that ate-
testosterone just like got used up on the
Yeah.
first one, and then
his-
it was just.
I have a theory about that.
Give it to us. We need this.
Yes.
Oh, this is.
Can you give me more?
actually,
You're gonna give me more testosterone?
No, but
Wait, okay,
What's the
let's
theory?
hear
What's the
it.
theory?
Come on.
okay. So have you guys ever heard of puppy mills?
Yeah.
So it's a crime.
Big fan.
It's
Huge
horrible.
fan. No, I don't like them. Don't like them at all.
Yeah, right.
Such a
Good.
huge fan.
So you can kind of tell if you see a female dog that's been bred a bunch because
The puppies start getting
their-
smaller.
their
The
teeth
phalanges. Yeah.
are hanging.
Okay. Okay.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
They've just been used and abused.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why you can't breed female dogs more than a couple rounds
They run
is
out.
because they don't run out, but it's like they run out of parts and they're like, I don't know, that's enough. Get it out of here. And so literally they come out basically
They're like-
medical term is retarded. I'm not
The bait.
Yeah,
The
please don't
the
cancel
puppies. The puppies.
Wow.
yeah, the puppies are retarded. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah. And that's a broad
So
term,
I had less.
obviously.
I had less milk.
No, here's what I'm saying is
No, wait, you're the
imagine if
oldest.
your first batch, that's like the cure for cancer's there.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's a genius. That's like
Yeah.
a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're a teenager and you're just ruining
Yeah.
society.
Yeah.
You just
So, do you think that youngest children are the dumbest?
no.
Yes.
Well, it depends on how much milk they get.
No, I'm insinuating I think men have like thousands of seeds, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying is you go through hundreds of them before you ever use any
Oh.
of them. I'm saying our potential as humanity.
Like we should save the first seed.
Dried in a gym sock somewhere.
Like we
That's what
should.
I'm saying.
You're saying we should save the first seed. You're saying we should start.
No, I'm not saying we
some
should.
type
It's
of
a theory.
program. To,
Oh, man, yeah, sure.
to
We
just
have the
save.
technology now.
We could do it. We could freeze it.
It would be like, all right, and you're 10 years old.
So
We're gonna give you
weird-
your Hep B shot, and
Yeah.
if you could
And get a little
10 years
deposit.
old?
I don't know.
What age? What
You
age
hear
is that?
stories of
I don't know.
gals starting their stuff at like
Yeah.
young, right?
That'd be like a weird addition to a bar mitzvah. Like, by the way, we're gonna freeze
yeah, you
some of
haven't.
this.
Or if they could tell.
Yeah.
They looked at it and were like, this isn't your first.
This is your
You
third.
brought shame to our family.
For shame.
Wow.
That's a wild theory.
I thought
but
you-
It's a standard.
I
I'm
thought you
sure
were-
there's science to back that. I'm sure that's
I
biologically
thought you were
accurate.
implying that like the youngest children in families because like the woman has like is like
No,
the
no, it
woman
was
is
nothing
like the
about
puppy
women. I
at
was
the
actually-
puppy
yeah,
mill.
Yeah, I got thrown off by the milk bags.
And I was confused because Edmund does have 5 children.
yeah.
And the
and-
youngest is the dumbest.
That's a little.
No, she's not. She's so cute.
What were you gonna
and
say?
smart.
I have 5 children and.
Well, I was just thinking if your theory is that the testosterone decreases with each child.
well, no,
with
it's that
each child.
it's that the as my
4 of them are boys, and then the 5th one's a girl.
as my professor would
she
say,
has the least testosterone.
it's that the generative forces he's implying are less powerful or are less efficient. Quality.
My only jab with the Paul Bunyan joke
Yeah.
was that the first son is like the quarterback and the second one is in theater. That's
Yeah.
all I was saying.
That's literally our.
Yeah.
I mean, that is
I'm
kind
an
of our
only
line.
child, so
That's
I
our
did
lineup.
mascot.
No,
So
that's not
Dominic,
true.
our
It's like in
second,
between.
our
Okay,
second
you
kid,
don't
it
have
was
to call
kind of
him out
like.
by name.
Okay,
He's
sorry.
gonna watch this when he's a teenager.
Bleep that out along
Yeah.
with Brittany's F word in the first 30 seconds. Yeah, we were kind of like, he's going to be the theater kid,
Yeah.
our second oldest.
But then your youngest son is like a bull in a china shop. He's like a bulldozer.
That's true. That does kind of go against the.
Yeah.
That does kind of go against the theory. There.
Elijah is just like a
How many
little
kids do you
quarterback.
have?
I have 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's the
You
younger
should
one?
keep going and see if it's true. Like, just have a few more kids and see if it like pans out that way.
They're wildly different. They're like sun and the moon for
So,
sure.
honey, why do you want more kids? Well, I've got this genetic theory here.
Yeah.
Science is on our side. and
I'm
we're doing
basically
it for the human
Darwin.
race.
Okay, we should talk about this
Doing
Topo Chico. I
experiments.
haven't tried this Topo Chico yet.
Okay, try it. So,
Okay, guys, everyone.
in case you guys don't know, we're sponsored by Topo Chico.
No, we're not. You can't say that. We're hashtag ad. This is
We
so
want to be sponsored by Topo
disclosure.
Chico.
full disclosure. We've said a lot of stuff that I'm sure Topo Chico
Oh wow,
does
there's
not
calories
want to
in this.
Can I just roast it?
roast. What
Did you
this?
think
Yeah,
there
that's-
wouldn't be
yeah,
calories?
absolutely.
Alcohol
So,
always
wait,
has
let's explain. So this is hard seltzer. They, with much fanfare, said hard seltzer coming out,
Yeah.
and Brittany bought some for us to try. You got 4 different flavors.
And we
What is
tried
it?
them all.
What is it?
Except for
So
you.
except for me.
Which one
Yeah,
have
can
you
you
not
pour?
tried?
Well, just pour it to me and all. You guys give your feedback while I
That's we agree.
tangy
Yeah,
lemon
we do
lime.
agree.
Tangy. You don't know how to read.
What did the influencers
It tastes like Sprite.
It's
tastes
not
like Sprite.
the lemon lime is not great.
Okay, and then tropical
okay, try
mango.
That one's
that
pretty
one has
good.
a little.
Okay, calm down. I want the rest
Yeah,
of that.
whoa.
That one has a little bit of
Jeez.
like.
You're supposed to do like a 1 ounce pour.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
This one has like a little
This
bit
is
of
like
like.
a shot, not a.
This one has a
drink.
coconut back end. Kind of
Really?
like coconut sunscreen back end. Yeah.
Banana
I didn't
boats
really
in the
like
back
it that
end.
much. The lemon
Oh
lime
my
was
gosh! Even smelling this is like
That's
a punch to
good,
the
isn't
face.
it?
No.
You don't like it? This is the tropical mango,
Okay, and then.
and then the pineapple is
Man,
really good.
these all have like a little. I mean, I'm no offense, but Topo Chico, but a little bit of a sunscreen.
That one
into
kind
a bucket.
The tropical mango.
A little
does
bit
to
of a
me.
sunscreen artificial
But
aftertaste.
it's like it's kind of nice though. It's kind of like I'm
No.
laying by the pool.
No, it does.
All right, that's the
Which one was
pineapple.
it? That's the pineapple. Now,
You don't like
as
the
you
pineapple?
round the last corner,
Wow.
let me
Okay.
just say that the first one is called tangy lemon lime. Okay. The second one was called tropical mango and then exotic pineapple. But I'll have you notice that strawberry guava needs no introduction.
It doesn't have an adjective at the top there.
There's no sales point.
If you had to put one on top of this strawberry guava,
I wouldn't.
you wouldn't put any. Okay, fair enough.
Gun to my head, I'd go.
stands
It's
alone.
perfect as it is.
Kill me. Shoot me.
Can I have a sip before you pull the trigger?
Poop me right now.
There's your ad right there.
Ooh, his face is not good. He doesn't like it.
Okay, the strawberry one actually I'm not mad at, but
It tastes the least like water.
it tastes the least
I
like.
think they're all good except lemon lime.
Well, it tastes the least like children's chapstick.
Yeah. Yeah, the strawberry guava just tastes like a 0 sugar energy drink to me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
Now, how much alcohol is in one of these bad boys? Like, what's our percentage here?
almost
Probably
none.
like
4.7.
These are like the CBD.
4.7. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's more.
Does anyone in this
than a
room like
normal
any
beer.
hard
You
seltzers?
can
I do.
literally drink while
Which
you
hard,
drive
which hard
these,
seltzers
I
do you
read.
like?
White Claw, the OG.
Okay,
I
I'm okay.
have tried. I like the Bud Light one's the
claw.
best.
True. Which ones do you
The
like?
Bud Light one's the best.
I haven't tried that
The
one.
Bud Light Mango is my favorite.
It's the sweetest for sure, yeah.
I would say ranch water. Which
I don't like
Yes.
ranch water.
It's just Topo Chico and vodka. Shout out vodka.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
tequila,
you
I'm
know
so
they put
sorry.
it in a can now,
Yeah, ranch water in a can.
but it
People
doesn't
are-
taste. It
people
doesn't
are-
taste the same. It's not good.
Yeah, they're just.
Wait, there's ranch water in like a bottle?
I
No,
think
you
they're
make
just
it. It's like
co-opting
a
the
drink,
term.
a cocktail.
But it can't be actual. It can't be actual tequila in the cans.
Exactly.
At the
They're
gas
just
station.
co-opting that
That's
name.
why it's not that good.
That's why I don't
the
understand.
people invented ranch
This-
water.
We
They're
did.
just trying
I
to
do think we can all
Exactly.
agree
They're trying
that
to
this
sell
one's the
air
best.
to poor people.
Did you guys know
Strawberry
you
guava
can
is the best.
you can legally drink and drive in the state of Mississippi as long as you're below a .08?
I believe that.
That's
There's
smart.
no open container
That's
law.
smart.
It's
Can't
just
you legally drink
DUI.
and
That's
drive?
just efficient.
But can't you legally drink and drive anywhere as long as you don't get pulled over?
Well,
That's
you can legally kill
you're the
someone as long as the
fucking
cops don't show up.
Well, on a moped, I don't think you can get unless it's like
It's got
public.
pedals.
Yeah, so unless
yeah.
it's
He
public.
whenever he sees a cop, he acts like he's pedaling.
No, well, not anymore. But it's also like I can only get public intoxication. I can't get a DUI because it's a bike technically.
Recently,
You wouldn't know that.
wasn't drinking, not for any reason other than like I had stuff to do, and I
Hey,
was
we're not here to judge.
I was at a bar. Or I was somewhere where there was a bar.
Yeah.
And the guy behind it was like, "Hey, can I get you a beer?" And I was like, "No, thank you." And he goes, "Why?" And it was so like, I was like, "What? Why?" Like,
Was he offering you a free beer?
No. he
You
was
should have
just-
been like,
he was
I'm
like, "Hey, can I
I'm
get
a
you something to
recovering
drink?"
alcoholic and I'm 13 days sober.
Well, what I said was, "Oh, I better not. I got one of those things in my car I have to blow into."
Yes.
And that ended the conversation, and I was satisfied. So you
That's
can use
strange.
that. Yeah, you
That
can
is
use
odd.
He seemed a
Maybe
little
he
upset
was
about
just
that.
trying to drum up biz for the
Yeah.
for the bar.
It felt aggressive.
That
I've
was a
never
little
had that.
aggressive.
I look like I get it. I look
Yeah.
like I probably don't have full custody of my kids. I get it.
Well, I mean, at least you see him on the weekends.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
a first, third, and fifth weekend.
Like you're
kinda
being
dad.
You're responsible though.
You're like
Most
a
of
you're
the
like
summer.
a
Yeah.
mediocre
Plus I got stuff
dad.
to do.
Yeah, you're like you hit
You like show up to every other birthday party.
and you have arts and crafts ready for them, but then after that you're done.
Yeah, you do it yourself. I bought it.
yeah.
What do you want?
But it's really just like raw macaroni noodles and nothing else. Glue.
So we're giving these out of,
I think this one's the
you
best.
guys nailed it.
but like hard seltzer out of 5, hard Topo Chico seltzer.
Out of 5.
Okay,
I'd
out of
probably
10.
get okay, out of 10.
Listen, bottom line, would you recommend to a friend?
I would. I would.
Would you include
Part-
this in your can I get you anythings in your own
Yes.
home?
Yeah, absolutely. Part of it is because I am just a brand ambassador
Yeah.
for Topo and I'm loyal to Topo.
Well, but I think
And
they're
so
gonna.
even though I like Bud Light better, I'm still just like a diehard for Topo.
I think they're gonna listen to this and
out
take.
Bud Light.
They're gonna take our feedback and probably improve upon the product.
Yeah, and
we're
they're
doing them a
definitely
favor.
they're definitely gonna sell 12 packs of this by itself because this came in a mixed pack.
Yeah.
They don't do that. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
It's like tampons.
I know, but at least
They don't have just one size.
It's like
did
what?
you say tampons?
I did. Well,
They
this
do
true? I don't
have
know anything
just
about
one
this yet.
size.
Do they really?
Yeah.
But
No, they have
mostly
multiple
variety
sizes.
packs.
No.
They have multiple sizes.
Why
They
would
have
anyone
multiple
buy a
Some
variety?
gas stations only have variety packs.
Okay, I guess you would know.
Yeah.
This is like, what's a place
Why
that
do
you
you
would
know?
recommend to just go to once?
Because
It's like
I'm
it's
a good husband.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
All right.
true. You do have to learn a lot about the female body.
Yeah, Edmund. We don't have to go back
She
there.
called me out about in the past
Yeah,
episode.
I heard your menopause thing.
Yes, you're a true fan, Juke.
You are a true fan. Can you imagine Juke listening to an episode of the show while he's cutting someone's hair, like out loud?
Yeah,
the
do you
episode's
laugh
playing?
when you listen?
No,
Like,
no
are we
one
funny
laughs.
enough to
I'm-
make you laugh out loud?
No,
I'm
no
a
one laughs.
person that I think, and this isn't a humble brag or like, I'm not trying to, I'm just calling a spade a spade.
Okay.
I'm someone that people describe as funny.
Yes.
And when you're a funny person and somebody says a really good joke, you just take note in your
Yeah.
head.
You're just
You
like,
just go, oh, that's good. You appreciate it.
Okay.
There's like
But
a
you don't laugh.
savoriness.
Yeah.
But you don't go, you have to catch me off guard to make
Okay.
me laugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
All right.
I'm just being polite.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you do that when we?
No, he takes note. That was his nice way.
you-
That was his long way
No,
of
that's
saying.
what I'm saying. Is
it's
do
not
you
that
take
funny.
note? Like, are you like, oh, that was good?
Well, I had it in my back pocket.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm reading from
Do
my
you think
notes.
Edmund is funnier than Allie and I?
Oof.
Man, we're getting
You can be
really,
honest.
we're becoming friends very closely.
My feelings will not be hurt.
Wait, okay, wait. We're ranking our funniness.
Yeah. Edmund, Brittany, and Allie.
Oh, really.
We already know what
Edmund.
Edmund thinks.
Yeah.
Edmund thinks he's the funniest.
I also think I'm smarter than my wife. So like that's the kind of person I am.
We don't have to drag Danielle into this.
No, I know. I'm just saying that like you're not gonna hurt my feelings by saying no because I already like am a little too prideful with this type of stuff.
Like you have somebody you're already like, well, at least I'm smarter than her.
Well, like say out loud like I should be able to beat her in Scrabble and I don't understand why I can't because I'm smarter than her.
Dang, I don't know
it's
what
really
that's
tough.
like. I'm dyslexic.
It's just,
So that would be like torture. To me.
Danielle, I think
My
you're
wife would be
highly
like, what does it
intelligent.
say, dummy?
try reading it backwards.
Like, just sound it out.
We have a voicemail. Can we queue up this
Wow,
voicemail?
you're not gonna let him. You're not gonna let him
He's
rant.
getting
That's
scared.
really that
I was
serious.
trying to relieve the pressure for him.
Listening long enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. We'll give it back to you in a couple weeks.
All right, yeah, you chew on that.
Holy
for a
crap!
second.
This is okay. We need to start
Yeah, notice how
screening
you didn't
these.
say Edmund's Brittany. What's up? That's weird.
Yeah, that's rude.
Edmund, Kyle.
Who's this?
Wait, can you all hear this?
What's up?
Yeah.
Nate
Yeah, turn it up,
Wynans
though.
From Canada. Just come on real quick to address this
Oh,
so-called
Nate.
beef with Kyle and I. Kyle and Not's gonna come at you on wax, as the kids say.
turn it up.
We actually are a lot alike.
can't
I
turn it
agree.
up.
I'm not
Oh, you
much
can turn
older
up
than
down
you.
there, Adrian.
I'm listening so hard.
Born in
I'm mouth breathing
97. I
right
think
to
you're
the
around the same time. Also, I am a Patreon supporter, so according to Brittany, I think I'm allowed to put you on blast with the stash.
That is
But
true.
I think you're a cool guy. I actually really appreciate all your Kanye insights. Can't grow much of a stash myself, but I think what you've got going on should be reserved for Movember only. I'm actually having a bigger beef with Edmund right now.
What?
Ooh.
Actually. A of all, homie pulled up my private Instagram live on the show
Oh,
and called me out on a photo that I chose to be vulnerable on, even though it wasn't the best pose or the best angle, which is so rude.
Oh, dude, I pulled up
And
his
two of
Instagram.
all, sent you a bunch of merch from my clothing brand, Andy Square on Instagram a while ago.
We didn't know it was
There
you.
One for you, one for Allie, one for Johnny, one for Nick. Did you wear it on the show?
We didn't know it was
don't
you. We
think
didn't
so.
know who it came
So-
from.
I know, Brittany, but
Let's straighten
you.
that out. So I guess all that's left is to settle this like men. I just think you
We're gonna have to fight behind the Walmart.
We're gonna have a fight behind the Walmart in Grapevine 1 year from now, on the 4th of July. So once COVID is finished savaging my adult life, I'll see you there and we'll settle this like men. You
Yes.
can have Adrian bring the camera. It'll be great content, I'm sure.
Wow.
Anyway, love you guys. Thanks for the show. We'll see you
Okay.
at 4th of
He
July,
seems really
2020.
sad. He seems a little
Okay.
sad. Oh,
Wait,
here's what
is he
happened.
gonna
Who's he
fight?
fighting?
Is he
Me?
gonna
He
fight?
called out. What?
Is he gonna fight you or Kyle?
He
That was
sounds
a
like he's gonna
broken
fight
man.
me. Yeah, that
You're
was
gonna
a
get
really
your
broken man.
ass kicked by Nate.
Okay,
Is he big?
let's pull up the photo so Juke can see it.
Yeah, pull up the photo because I don't remember this very.
Let's pull it up live on the show. No, that's literally what he was
No, we're not
complaining
gonna
about.
talk shit. We're not talking.
No, he said this was my private Instagram
I
and
was
you
just
pulled
gonna
it up.
put it up on the web.
I know,
just pull it up.
don't.
No, just pull it up for Juke to see because like we
Okay.
won't put
Is
it
there
on
a
the
way
show.
to-
So he called out Kyle about his trash stash, and then
Hurtful.
That
Kyle
was a trash-
fired back.
Oh, that's true.
And then I tried to like help Kyle a little bit. I was like, hey, like you guys both have some body hair going on. And then
Whoa.
yeah.
That is-
Edmund's just
No,
jealous
just
'cause he
type in
can't grow
Nate.
any
You're a hairless
chest
wonder.
hair.
Don't-
No,
I thought we were going to this one.
no. Okay, so
Oh,
Because he commented.
okay, wait. Kyle's a barber, or I mean, Juke is
Juke is a barber.
cosmonaut. So
oh my gosh.
wait,
Is it on your?
Adrian's gay. Wait, pull up. I'm confused. Pull up the thing. Shut up,
I'm
Adrian.
looking for it.
Shut up.
Adrian, you were being kind of loud.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh, so
Adrian, you are in the closet.
zoom in on Kyle's mustache, Juke. I mean,
That-
are you mad at this mustache? You're
That's
a professional.
gross looking stash.
It's so funny though. It's so funny.
Kyle.
What do you mean whose? I don't have a mustache.
It's distracting.
And I don't either.
How do I zoom?
How?
Control and
It's gross, isn't it? Kyle, you know it's
so
gross.
funny though.
plus.
I'm not saying it's gross. I am saying it's distracting.
Yeah.
Disturbing is a better.
Oh my gosh, Kyle.
It kind of steals
Wait,
the
what?
show.
Did you guys?
I feel like his
Isn't it-
mustache is the thing saying
It gives
hello.
it gives it a little more.
Well, I don't know. Edmund's
so bad.
Edmund's got some shade underneath his nose
It's
too. Look at
curling
that.
under your lip.
And then there's that
It's
part
so
in the middle.
bad.
There's kind of
It's
the
touching his
Moses.
gums.
There's the Moses
Ugh.
part right there.
Positive.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
awful.
shaved
It's
it,
the red
Kyle.
I
sea,
didn't
for sure.
shave it. I just haven't shaved anything this past week.
So
So it
Kyle,
blends.
so Nate called him out, and then like we went to Nate's profile, and I probably wrongly pulled that up. And then also I didn't realize it was a private account, and so we kind of blasted that on the show, which we have thousands of people watching.
Thousands. Also, Nate, this is really our bad because we did get your package of clothes, and we did not know where they didn't have an address.
Well, that's not an excuse because we do normally still open them, but like it was one of those things where we just didn't get around to opening.
Also,
it on the show.
we weren't when we received that package. We weren't in like a regular recording zone.
No, we were not.
And so we opened them, but we didn't. That's really our bad.
So I feel bad about a lot of this. What, Kyle? You don't feel
Johnny
bad?
got one, but I didn't get a shit.
It was like it was last summer that we got the box. If I'm thinking of the same one.
Yeah, that was rough. Okay, well, Kyle, what should we do here? I mean, do we?
We need to. Okay, here's how we wrong this right. I have an idea. Hey,
that's cute.
Yes, that's really great. Okay, I think I know how we should wrong this right.
Wait, we can't wrong the right.
I have a
Or
proposal.
right the wrong.
Brittany, don't wrong the
Okay,
right.
we're gonna make this right. Even though you're Canadian, we're still gonna make this right.
Wait, you're still trashing him. Even
I'm
with
sorry.
Even though you're Canadian,
Okay,
we're gonna
because
make this
you
right?
guys know I don't really like Canadians.
Which D'Ambrosio's been boxing? Which one am I supposed to talk to?
What does it have to do with Nate?
No.
Well, if we're gonna
This
fight,
is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
He's gonna come to Grapevine on the 4th of July of next year,
2022, y'all.
2022. So this is in what, 14 months?
And then he gets to punch me in the face.
He's gonna kick your ass.
Wait, whoa. That's like.
Kyle and I are gonna hold you.
Try.
Kyle and I are gonna hold one arm each.
Not a
and
chance.
he's just gonna get to go.
Not a chance. I got beef with this guy, Brittany.
Grab him.
Yeah, you
like a
can't
bar of
grab me.
soap.
Yeah.
No.
He's gonna get nervous and sweat, and you'll
I'm
be slipping
spindly.
right out of your hand.
I'm spindly.
We'll see. Nate, I think you can take Edmund, and I'm excited to watch that happen.
Wait, can we back up for a little bit? So he comes back on and says,
And he just
like,
gets
he's
to
a little
beat the
upset,
hell
and
out
your
of you.
first action is like he gets to beat me up.
Yeah.
Kyle was the one that.
No, I'm not gonna hold you down. I mean, I'm on your side in this. I've tried to hold a Mitchell person before. All of his kids, very squirmy. I assume there's some relation. No, he's a slippery cat.
Yeah. And let me
I'm
tell
just
you,
saying,
like,
Nate, if you can catch him, you can hit him.
yeah.
And I think you can. I have faith in you, Nate. I'm on your side on this one, even though you're Canadian.
Wow. Well, forget Nate. I mean,
No, forget you.
he's it's also
He's
uncomfortable because he supports.
He's our number one supporter.
Yeah,
What if
number
he-
one.
Well,
What
one of
would
them.
it take for him to increase his Patreon amount too?
Let's ask
for
him.
you to let him punch you in the
Ooh,
face.
$50.
Well, so
Behind
one
the
punch
wall.
in the face. Are we talking with a glove on?
A glove? Who wears a
Just
glove
bare
to punch
knuckle?
someone?
It's the balls in your
Boxers?
court, so to speak.
Okay,
Lots of people.
Yeah.
I would take a glove.
Bare-fisted.
Bare-fisted?
You can have a mouth guard in,
Okay.
and he will have a MMA glove on.
Okay.
What does that look like?
That's fair.
It's a lot lighter than a boxing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if? How about just from the neck
Now,
down only?
do I have to-
not the moneymaker?
Now here's.
Because if you ever write a book, we need a picture of your face that doesn't
Wait a
have
minute. What's Edmund's moneymaker?
his face.
Please. Oh.
Skin regimen. I told you.
What else would it be?
That was so offensive. That was so offensive.
That was very
Juke.
clearly a good
You're
joke.
like-
Brittany.
Wait. Let me get this straight. You think Edmund's face is his money? Like that was so. When we listen back to this, I'm gonna be
know.
so offended at the way Juke was like.
What else?
Wait.
What else do you think it would be?
She said very
Wait,
clearly.
what are you
it
gonna
was-
do with your hands?
She said very clearly it was
Wait a
my
minute, what is
face.
he gonna do with his shoulders? like just imagine like where my mind was.
You're
what
like,
I assumed
wait,
your moneymaker
you think
was?
his face is his money?
Because I'm just saying, if you ever write a book, your face is probably going to be on the back
Okay,
cover.
do I have to close my eyes and like
You could
You
watch
do have
him.
a boyish charm, for the record.
I get it.
You could watch him punch you if you want.
Well, but
with
the
your
thing
eyes
is like
open.
if someone is about to get a hit on you, you could kind of like
Wait a minute.
figure out where it's gonna land. You know what I'm saying? Like if he
Are you
comes,
gonna like flex
like,
your
look, you get
abs
one-
and then you're like,
You think you're
it's
Harry
not gonna,
Houdini?
It's
No,
not
I'm
gonna
just
hurt
saying,
as much if I flex
what's
my
that movie?
abs.
What's that movie where it's like punch me in the face and right when he goes
Show
to
us
punch
your
it, he
abs
goes
right
like this
now.
and it hits him right in the. Like I could like
Kills him immediately.
exactly and he dies.
Do you,
flips his-
oh, you
like a
want
bad
Nate
James
to kill
Bond
you
movie.
with one punch?
No, I'm saying if I have my eyes closed, if I had to punch you in the face,
Why is that funny?
You know? Because it sounded like he thought about it before.
I'm just saying.
Sure.
I'm just
He's
saying.
like, listen, I thought about this.
1000%
If
sure
I
he's
had to
thought
punch you in the
about
face,
punching
listen.
me in
If
the
I had to
face
punch you
I
before.
said, I've worked this out already, Brett. If I had to punch you in the face, let me tell you how to go. Hold on,
I would
have some
love
notes.
it. I would love
Hold on,
it.
I've written some things down.
Oh gosh. What I'm saying is, if your eyes were open, I'd be more nervous that I'd get a good hit on you because you'd flinch or you'd move or like you'd make sure I get you in the cheek or something.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude, this is how that would really go. Is him standing there going, and you're like, just do it. Just do it.
No, I would scream and cry.
Like, close your eyes. That's rough. That was rough. That was aggressive. I'm sorry, Brittany.
Violence against women. I'm not into
Equality.
Yeah.
it. Not here for it.
Yeah.
Equal rights, equal fights.
Whoa. How did you
Y'all plan this?
Can you guys make that a sound
That's
bite?
like a common thing to say.
Oh,
That's a common thing?
I never
Adrian was a
advocated
mic,
for equal
so-
rights, so
Okay, of all the people that you've cut their hair,
who do you want to punch in the face the most?
which one of them would, like, if you had to pick someone you've cut their hair before, who would you want to punch in the face?
Oh my gosh.
And why is it Leon Bridges?
it's not Leon Bridges.
okay.
That's the
One of
only
the nicest guys
Yeah.
I've ever met.
I'm a huge fan. Him and Puppy Mills.
I
I
never heard
can't
of
tell you.
Okay.
I knew exactly who
Could
it
you
was.
tell me the
Oh,
story?
you know who it is. Tell us about them.
Or tell
can't.
me. Yeah.
Oh, they're
that's tough.
listening.
That's
No,
tough.
no. All the things that I would say, it's
would
not
be a
ambiguous.
clear giveaway.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Is he famous?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
He's a douche,
Much
huh?
to his chagrin.
He's a real dude. It's Edmund.
No, it's not me.
I've never cut his hair.
Oh, I thought you had.
Yeah, that's it.
One time Edmund got a really bad haircut. Do you remember that?
Was it one that my wife did?
No. It was by some girl you paid a lot of money to.
Oh, yeah. I go to DV8.
Yeah, at
and
DV8.
It's just a. You did the like laugh without smiling thing.
Oh, that was good. That was really good.
No, it's a mixed bag. You know, like I go once every couple months because my wife tries to cut my hair.
I taught a men's haircutting class at DV8.
Really?
I'm a fan of that place.
Wait, a
I was
men's
totally
haircutting?
joking when I was scoffing.
Wait, a men's haircutting.
Yeah, because
class.
it's all women in there probably. That
Oh,
don't know
like
how
you
to
were
cut men's
teaching
hair.
their estheticians how to
They're
cut
an
men's hair.
Aveda salon.
Yeah.
What is
and
that? What's a Veda?
It's a product.
It's a line of products, but they have an entire
Color
skeleton
line.
of things, products.
I use
to
Aveda
support.
products.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for a small amount of time, I worked at a barber shop that held them, and so we knew some of the educators, and they were like, "Would you guys be willing to do a class? You guys have this great brand. You guys are really good at men's haircutting." And I jumped all over it because I am into it. I love teaching.
Yeah.
I have an apprentice now.
I was going to ask
classes at least once a year.
I was
like
going to
at a
ask you
barber
that.
school.
I was going to ask you that before. When you started cutting people's hair in the Marines, you said, I loved it. What did you love? I mean, I would not love that. I mean, I've never cut someone's hair, but I would not like touching someone's head.
I don't even think about it, that part.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be like, I love this. I love that. You know what I mean?
But you would
what
like
is
the
it?
conversation
what I like about
aspect.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
I was communications in the Marine Corps. All right. So also, I joked about it earlier, but I really am dyslexic. I didn't know that till last year when my
What?
wow.
Till last year?
How old are you?
I'll be 32 this year.
Wow, 31 years of
Does that
not
make
knowing.
you just not like the public education system?
No, because my mother is also dyslexic and it is hereditary.
Yeah.
And when she was in school, shout out to my mom, they were like, I don't know, she's a woman. She probably like, what number is this? And she's like, I know numbers. And they were like, great, you're gonna be an accountant. And they sent her to a specialized high school
Holy cow.
where she
Wow.
read less, I think, or something.
But don't you wish that they could have caught the dyslexia? Like, don't you think you would have? Because
You're gonna be a secretary, baby girl. Get up in this other school. So literally, what happened is my oldest son can't read. We're in DISD. Shout out DISD.
Yeah.
And
Huge fan.
We were actually going to a charter school, and there's a lot of issues that I don't blame the school. It was very underfunded,
Yeah.
and they had, and this is like, it's like 60% African American, and then it's like 39% Hispanic, and it's 1% Asian, and the population of Caucasians were my two boys in the elementary school. I'm not joking.
Wow.
So anytime I walked into that school, side note, they'd be like, oh, you're Henry's dad? And I was like, how could you tell? Like, you should hold back. That was a little
That's
too...
like when the guy complained that
No, it was a lot
Taco
of
Bell was racist because he was a white guy and they automatically gave him mild sauce.
this happened?
Someone like
Why
complained
is this not a current event?
that
sounds
was
like some
that was
snowflake
racist.
So you found out you were dyslexic because your son got. I feel like I've heard
Well,
this
my
happens
point
a
about
lot.
bringing up the bad school and,
Yeah.
and the staff was awesome, very well-meaning, very underfunded, and a lot of them were dealing with severely below the poverty line children who couldn't afford the uniform. And there were a lot of behavioral issues because of lots of things that lead to behavioral issues, broken homes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so my kid's got a learning disability, and the federal regulation is if you have students with like 504 forms or certain kinds of learning disabilities, you have to provide them this amenity or we shut your whole facility down.
Oh.
Wow.
So I didn't learn this until, like, I've learned this over the scope of kind of the last year, but it makes sense to me now that they were like, nah, he's all right, he's going to grow out of it. Because it's basically a threat to their entire, and they're doing a lot of good stuff for a lot of these
But
children.
they just don't have enough money to.
That's right. So we had to leave.
Dang.
Because we were like, well, something's not right, and you guys are clearly not doing everything. Like we could tell that it was BS, like the testing, and they said they tested him, and we asked him. He's like, they never tested me. And it was like, once I figured out all the rules, talking to a couple of my teacher friends and clients, it was like, oh, wow.
What grade?
And it really just breaks your heart because you realize the type of problems that underfunded schools get.
And like the number of kids that maybe like never got like. Kept getting passed through.
Yeah, and they think they suck at school. I mean, and they can hardly read. They've never received the training that now my son has gotten since we moved to Grapevine. So anyway, that was why we moved out here 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so
are they in public school?
Yeah.
No.
What grade was he in when this all happened?
So he started in 4th grade. So
gotcha.
In Grapevine. So it would have been 3rd grade that we were like, okay, he can't read like everybody else.
Yeah.
And anyway, so long story short, I found out I'm dyslexic. I was in the Marine Corps for communications. All of the training is so basically IT with a gun, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not using the gun all the time.
Yeah. My dad was communications.
Only some of the time.
Only some of the time.
Yeah.
Like, you mean firewall or whatever? Arrow 404, my ass. So or whatever. Green stuff. So I went to communication school in 29 Palms, California, and all of the schooling is abstract, and there's like network diagrams, and I'm tracking, dude. No words, baby. I get it.
Yeah.
It's all lecture method.
Yeah,
shapes.
shapes.
That's how the Marine Corps does it.
Yeah.
They're like, this is what a computer looks like on a diagram. You got it? This is what the internet looks like. It's a lightning bolt with a cloud.
Did they tell you Al Gore invented it?
Yep. And then they were like, super serial. And then, so I got to the fleet, and they were like, now sit down at this machine and program this switch or router. And it was just the matrix. And I was like, I suck at this.
Yeah.
And that's actually how I found, like, another reason that pushed me towards barbering is like, I just desperately needed something that I was good at.
Yeah.
And it was no reading involved. I got to talk to people all day.
Yeah.
This is all to answer your question. How did I know I was going to like it?
Yeah.
And plus, no matter what you're doing in a larger corporation, like, it's hard to always see how your work fits into the larger scope. I get real results and feedback every 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was something I kind of figured out early on, like, oh, this fits my personality type. Like I work better when I'm hungry and getting like, okay, that one went like that. And it's time for another one. And that one went like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I just took to it really quickly and got to work with my hands and be creative and not sweat a bunch.
Did you like like
you didn't
more?
Have to shoot anyone.
You didn't have to shoot anyone. Well, maybe.
Did
you like the conversation more than the actual cutting, or like what? Like
the actual hair cutting is very satisfying to me because I got to sort of create and discover and be artistic and
it's like instant gratification too. Like you have this idea, you see this person, you make it happen, and you're like, wow, I did exactly what I thought I was going to do.
There's a lot of experimentation and kind of exploring on how to tailor certain haircuts to a certain person's head shape or solve their unique specific problems.
Yeah.
It's like all those things are like, I enjoy them.
Yeah.
So,
man,
yeah, it was stressful
like,
at first. Cause
if you're like getting thin on top, like how to.
You got a big lump, or I got like a cowlick, and then I got a lump.
I knew a guy in the Marine Corps who actually had a handprint in his skull on the back here. And he didn't know about it until his like senior year of high school.
What?
And the whole football team shaved their heads, and he was at his friend's house when they'd all decided to do it. So they're all shaving each other's heads. They shave his head, and they're like, "What in the actual, fudge?" And
they found a handprint.
Like it was, yeah. And I have witnessed it. It's gnarly. And literally,
did someone like grab him by the head as a baby?
He goes home and he's like, "Mom, what in the actual fudge?" And she was like, "Oh, I told you I'd never tell anybody." Or so she said something crazy. She ended up passing away. And I asked him, I said, "Did she ever tell you?" And he goes, She took that shit to the grave with her.
Really?
Oh my god!
How could you?
He's totally normal.
How could you put a handprint in someone's head,
dude?
Well, when you're, I mean, you know this. You got a bunch of kids.
Yeah, squeezed all their heads and no handprints.
All their bones are not connected.
You gotta want it. Yeah, you want that handprint.
Man, that is crazy.
Yeah. One time when I was in barber school, I gave this guy a haircut and he had a stroke.
During it?
Yeah. So this was barber school in North Dallas. And this dude, he had like a Don King sort of situation. It was like this awfully big high top fade. It was magnificent. And he was like 60, maybe. I'm bad at that. Yeah. And he sat down and was like, I want a college cut, which is even all over, like in a edge up. Like it's a 1. Yeah. And I was like, are you sure? And he goes, I'm sure. Do it. Handle them clippers, boy. And I was like, I'm doing reverse mohawk first. Like we're going down the middle. There's no going back. He was like, do it. And I was like, okay. And he went, I caught his head and it was like cold and clammy. And another barber student was standing next to me watching me do this haircut. And he was like, dude. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I set my clippers down and he like popped back too. And I spun the chair around. I was like, are you okay? And he goes, what are you talking about? And I was,
so he didn't know that he...
No, and that's like sign number 1. That's like red flag number 1 for stroke, because most of the time they don't know that they passed out. Wow. Like there are people that will pass out, fall, and wake up before they hit the ground and just think that they tripped. Like it's like...
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my
strokes are real sneaky. And they say that you got a window of about 45 minutes from when that happens, where if you get them to the hospital, they'll probably be all right.
Oh
what do they do at the hospital for you, though? Like after
I'm
you
not a
just
doctor. But anyway,
we're just giving all this good.
Yeah. That's where the article ended.
The whole time I thought you were a doctor.
It was like focus on the getting to the hospital part.
They say 45 minutes. Then what happens? I don't know.
So anyway, this guy does this.
They hook you up to machines. I remember my dad had.
You just passed out, dude.
Yeah.
Like what's going on? And he was like, I'm just tired, man. Cut my hair, boy. And I was like, whatever, dude. So I spun him around and I'm doing it, and he does it again. And then he does it again, and my boy is like, I think he's having a stroke. I just had an aunt that had a stroke, and the first thing they say is that you don't know.
Oh my gosh.
And every time I was like, you all right? And he's like, man, I'm telling you, I'm just tired. Quit. I don't even know what's happening. Just quit tripping.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. I pulled my phone out the last time it had happened, and my mentor, who was standing next to me, was like, Juke, put your phone away. And I was like, I was gonna call the ambulance.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, all right. And I was like, later, after the whole scenario was over, I was like, why did you tell me to put my phone away? And he goes, I thought you were going to world star it.
Well, I thought you were going to record it to show him. I thought you were going to like record it and then be like, dude, you're passing out.
Yeah.
You never heard of World Star?
World Star.
Oh, pull it up, Kyle.
What does that mean?
Pull up World Star.
Can we pull up World Star?
Yeah, can we just watch World Star? We're just going to introduce Brittany to World Star.
I can't
For the sake of the show, search World Star Baptism just to see what happens.
Yeah, let's just see what happens with that. Dude, that is crazy. So did you finish the haircut? Or
Oh, I finished the hair after he was clearly. I called the ambulance. They were like, "We're on our way," and I was like, "Great,
like,
I can do no other thing." So he's in and out, and I'm just holding his head up, and I finished that haircut, edge up and all, and then literally,
dude,
they show
you're a
up,
professional.
They take his blood pressure. It's like dangerously
It's
low.
like 1.
Here we go, World Star Baptism.
Let me pull it up down here real quick.
Are we gonna get demonetized if we?
No,
We're gonna have to bleep some stuff though.
No, it'll be fine. Whoa, he's holding that. He's holding somebody under. Look at. Is he holding somebody under? What's happening right there? Do you see that?
They're drowning. Oh my gosh.
What is? He's holding. Look. Is he holding somebody under?
He's holding them down. Oh, she's fighting. Oh my gosh. Are they?
Why was he holding her under?
Is this like a exorcism situation?
They were trying to call him all the way home.
Wow.
Way home.
They're like, just hold him under until they
Like,
home.
we really want you to come back from the dead.
So world starring means to
World Star is like
someone?
a website where a lot of crazy stuff gets like thrown. It's kind of like the TMZ of the hip hop world, maybe.
Oh.
Brittany, if you've ever seen a video of people like fighting in a school and you listen, you'll hear people in the back and go, World Star, World Star.
This is where that stuff ends up.
It's just where people post ridiculous stuff.
So that's what
I
you got.
I thought TikTok was really.
World Star has been around for a lot longer than TikTok.
World Star is kind of like the E-Bombs world of like the modern.
Okay.
Do you remember E-Bombs world?
I remember E-Bombs world.
There was like some messed up stuff on. I remember. I mean, as a kid, I thought it was really messed up. There's some messed up stuff on.
That's because you're a
E-Bombs world.
cool follower.
That's true. I'm a like really righteous oldest son.
Yeah.
So what's the craziest like request for a haircut?
Speaking to your mic.
Like has anyone ever been like asked you to do something really crazy that you're like, I can't do that?
Probably. It's most likely just like a weird design, like they want a very specific logo on the
Or
side.
has someone ever come in and said, I want this haircut, and you're like, dude, that will look terrible on you?
That happens more often than you think. So I have a couple opinions on how that happens. Most people suck at cutting hair. Most people that do it for a living suck at it. I mean, it's bizarre to me how many people in any industry are just content with being bad at their job.
But here's my like.
Go to the DMV. You don't.
I work in
in
a corporation, and I know that's
yeah. But here's the thing:
accurate.
when you get a bad haircut, you just never come back. So like, there's no.
First of all,
feedback.
that's not true.
Oh, really? What?
It's not true when you have no idea what the problem is. So I've literally had guys come into my shop, sit down, and go, "I don't like it when they use clippers." And I'm like, first of all, who's they?
Yeah.
And second of all,
let's ease up there.
I'm a barber. Why no clippers?
Yeah.
Like I don't. Like it's such a weird. Sometimes it's the Indian, not the arrow. Can you say that? Am I gonna get canceled
Oh, you
for
can
that?
say it. We'll bleep it out.
Yeah, we'll be.
I don't know. Wait. So you're saying
they're called Native Americans.
You're saying
now,
that they're
though.
not. You're saying that the patient doesn't understand how to tell the doctor what to do.
It's as if in the hair world, it's as if people go, my elbow hurts, but every time I go in, I leave with my elbow still hurting. So maybe if I just say the right thing to the doctor, that'll get them to fix me.
Gotcha.
And so people come in and they're like very specific, and none of the stuff they say matters
Makes
or means
sense.
anything.
Yeah.
I see.
And so they're like, I want a 1 to a 2 to a 3.
Yeah.
And then if you could, like, it's very thick up here. If you could just texture it, and I got a bunch of cowlicks in the back, so careful. Good luck.
But it's
And
just
like,
that throughout their
nobody has
life.
a bunch of cowlicks in the back.
So it's just like throughout their life they've had
Hold me
just
to
bad
that.
experiences.
Yes.
And so they.
So is the
think
best
that
thing to do to come in and say,
pay
go
me like,
for it.
Pay me like one of your French girls.
Yeah, pay me like one of your French
Sure,
girls.
if you don't know what you want to look like, but it's easier to just go, hey,
Bring a
here's what
picture.
I'm going for, and
Yeah.
describe it in regular English terms.
Oh, I see.
Do you
if
like
that's
showing?
the
Do you like
most
showing
common
pictures?
language. Yeah, I don't mind. Just don't print them out like a weirdo. It's happened.
I mean, they print the directions to the shop on MapQuest.
I have 50
and then they have the pictures printed
I
behind.
brought in this.
I have a binder full of images of Jim Beckman that I really want to like go through with you.
Jim
Always.
Beckman.
So wait, did I mean Jim Beckman? Soccer
I don't
player?
think so.
Is that Jim
No,
Beckman?
David
that's
Beckham.
David
David
Beckham.
Beckham.
Who's Jim Beckman?
He's an author.
Oh, this is a Catholic
Yeah.
dude. Whoa, I meant David
That's
Beckham.
legit.
And you guys laughed like a
How many
No,
times have you
I
showed
was
somebody a
laughing.
photo?
I was laughing
How many
at
times
you.
have you showed somebody a photo of David Beckham for your haircut?
never.
That was a joke that came from.
No, I just thought it'd be funny, but then I said Jim
It's
Beckman.
weirdly accurate.
Oh, really?
David Beckham. Everyone loves his hair.
Ryan Gosling, David Beckham.
Brad Pitt.
So it's just
In
Look,
Fury,
that's
almost
Jim Beckham,
exclusively.
Edmund.
Yeah.
And then if there's salt and pepper, it's always
That's him. That's him.
Jim Beckham.
he's an author
Can I
of a
get
book
this
that we
haircut?
read.
Yeah. Can I get
Hey, Jim, you been outside
Wow, he's a
recently?
realtor.
Maybe don't wear your transition glasses on photo day.
Can you pull up Dave
You loser.
Buscemi?
No, I'm
I
just
want to
kidding.
go into
I love you, Jim.
I'm gonna go
You're
in-
watching
I'm gonna
it.
go-
He doesn't watch anymore.
I'm gonna go into Deviate with a binder full of Dave Buscemi or what's it? Freaking Steve.
Who are you?
Freaking I don't know anyone's freaking
Belushi.
name. Jim Belushi. Yeah. Go in just binder full of pictures of Jim Belushi.
Is that who you
Steve
meant?
Buscemi. Yeah. I'm just gonna go
He's
in
the
with a
guy
bunch
in all
of
the Adam Sandler movies.
No, not Jim. No. Freaking Steve Buscemi. The
Either one, the joke works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
What is this? So
Oh gosh,
we were backing up before this.
we were getting some good traction.
Dang it, friction. Oh, so you think
David Beckham. Oh no, so it's just hot guys that men come in and they're like, make me
It's
look
always
like
George
him,
Clooney if
and you're
they're-
like, I can't make
I
you
want the
look like
Caesar.
this, dude.
Okay,
You're
okay.
ugly.
I'll give you hands down my nightmare.
Okay.
Okay.
It happened recently,
Ooh.
but it's happened multiple times in my career. When my client is not the guy in the chair,
Oh, it's the dad or like the mom
or wife.
The wife.
the girl
The wife.
who thinks she's the general contractor for this whole.
And she's like standing there.
Sometimes it's been that bad, but recently Crown takes a cake here in Grapevine.
Yeah.
Someone came to me as a referral from their guy friend at work.
Okay.
They showed up with their girlfriend. He shows me a photo of the haircut that he wants. And I'm like, great, easy day. It was a very simple haircut.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's do this. And then he goes, but I'm trying to grow it out So if you could like not touch the top.
Okay.
And I was like, well, fine. So I literally like didn't cut a single hair above here.
Yeah.
So that it all makes sense.
Yeah.
It's all blended. And it's literally the photo of this gentleman is on my, maybe I shouldn't say this, but he's probably not watching.
It's on E-Bomb's World.
It's on my Google business page.
Okay.
And it's the most beautiful taper
Yeah.
I've captured in photography in a while.
Wow.
So what happened?
His girlfriend didn't like it.
As soon as the clippers touched the hair at his sideburn, like as soon as I went like this, she went, oh no. And like acquiesced in her chair. And I was like,
what?
Okay. So I just kind of put my back to her and kept it moving because I'm thinking like, all right, well, there's nothing we can do.
Too late now.
I had a conversation with him, not you. So
Yeah.
if this is not what you wanted him to do, it's not my problem.
Yeah,
You guys can
yeah.
fight about it in the car.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm sure she was driving. Make all the judgments you want.
Yeah,
I don't
fine.
think there's anything
It's
wrong
fine.
with that.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
was wearing a skirt. She was wearing
Equal
pants.
I
rights,
didn't say that.
equal fights.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just saying she had the keys in her hand. That's
What
all
car?
I'm saying.
Like a Suburban or like a?
If I had to guess,
Yeah.
probably a RAV4.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Honda CRV, somewhere around there.
I got a question here. So when I get my hair cut, I usually want to bring in a photo because I never know what to say.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I try to always bring in a photo of me with hair that I liked.
That's nothing
Because
wrong with that.
I feel like that's like the most courteous, because I wouldn't want to bring in a photo of this really hot guy and be like, yeah, I want to leave here looking like him.
I've had guys with like literally your color hair, but that they look like they're a snowman, like they're made out of just circles, right?
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But that's what the guy looks like.
God
and he
made him
comes
that way.
God made him that way, and he's beautiful.
Yeah.
He sits in my chair. His girlfriend unfolds a photograph that is the movie poster. I think they just tore it off of a window. A Fury with Brad Pitt on top of a tank with the most slender blonde undercut of all time, and he looks great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I literally out loud, I wasn't a professional then. I wasn't even licensed yet.
Yeah.
But I looked at her and I went, hey, I think you want him to have abs. I think that's what you want.
We don't give those here. This is a barbershop,
there's only
man.
so much I can do.
It's like more revealing about his girlfriend.
Yeah,
and like
she's
what
like,
she's
make
really
my
into.
boyfriend
This
look like this,
situation
and you're
where
like,
this guy was like, oh no, it's too short. Yes. So at the end, she shows me a photo. Well, we were trying to go for something like this. It's literally the haircut I just did. And then she goes, and we're trying to grow it out on top. I said, I didn't cut any hair on top. I hate to tell you, but I didn't cut a single hair up there.
Man.
And every picture that they showed me was these younger, fuller haired.
oh, the guy was getting a little
head shape, and he was in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
He was just wasn't. She thought a haircut could make
Yeah.
him
Hair grow back.
his nose different, and it just. And there was nothing wrong with his nose. I'm just saying she clearly wanted it different.
She's
And
dating.
I'm judging her for that.
She's dating Steve
because he was a
Buscemi.
handsome guy.
She's dating Steve Buscemi, and she
Not
comes
even.
in. She comes in with pictures of Denzel Washington
Yeah.
from like.
Sure.
So the moral of the story is you are a barber, not a plastic surgeon.
Sure. Yeah, or a personal trainer, obviously.
Has there been anybody that you've cut their hair and afterwards you're like, damn, I made you look like way.
Like you went from
All the time.
you went from a 5 to an 8.
Yes, most of the time I try to underpromise, and so whenever I overdeliver, it's satisfying to me too.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, I pulled that one out of my.
Now, do you cut your own hair?
I did during the quarantine, but no,
Okay.
I make my apprentice do it now.
Oh man, that's kind of
trust.
what a power move. Cut my hair, boy.
The last time, it's funny you say that. The last time he was like, he just didn't have any
Gumption.
about it. He was scared to cut my hair. Clearly,
I would be.
And I said, "Listen, man, give me that." And I was like this. Look, dude, it's all right. It's all good. Fix
Yeah.
that.
Made him
And I
feel better?
handed it, and he's like, well, "You just did that." I was like, "Yeah, I did. It's all right. If we have to shave it, it's fine. This is practice for you. I'm not going. You know what I mean? I wear hats like 1,000% of the time.
It grows back.
Yeah.
That my theory about the whole bad haircut thing was that like how often do you actually tell someone like if you really don't like your haircut?
When you didn't like your haircut that one time, you told everyone about it.
Yeah, but not them, not the person that
Oh,
cut my
right,
hair.
right.
That's more of like a
Like,
spineless thing.
True.
Just kidding,
Yeah,
just
you,
No, that's true.
you were
That's definitely
talking
it.
No, it's
mad
polite.
shit.
No, but I
and
think
that
most
goes
people
back.
it's just like thank you and I will never come back again. You know what I mean?
that's
Like,
true.
I think that's acceptable.
True.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's I think if you thought that they could have gotten it and there was any chance that it was miscommunication or that they did a good job, it just wasn't exactly how you'd like it.
Yeah.
You would give him another shot.
Yeah, sure.
But if it's just
I would
like,
never give someone another shot. You get one shot to cut my hair. I get a cut every 3 months. I'm not going back if I don't like it.
Yeah. I literally sat in a chair one time, probably about 3 hours, because this girl kept.
That's a mistake.
Yeah, this girl kept like. I
she
didn't
kept
even
going
understand.
shorter and shorter, right?
Yeah, she
I
was
think this
doing
is
something
the same
in the
haircut
back.
I'm talking about.
No, this was a different time. She was doing something in the back, and she. I said I wanted like a 2 or something, but it just kept getting shorter, and she was trying to blend. Something was wrong.
Didn't she bring her friend in?
Yes, you remember? Yeah,
yes,
you remember.
I remember the story. Yeah.
So like
That's mouth breathing again.
2 or 3 times, she brought in like
someone else.
Yeah, and they were like talking low right behind me, like, look, and he was like, "Look, you're just gonna need to." And then also
she was new, and they had zero protocol for that, and they left her out to dry. So I have a routine. For
and
that
also he was
situation.
like his shift was like over, like he was like, "I need to leave," and so he's trying to like. Look, yeah, like maybe just, do it, and then I'll come back and check. But he's like, I gotta leave like 30 minutes ago. And
you've been doing this for 3 hours, girl.
And then finally, like, I feel uncomfortable for him and her, and I'm like, yeah, you can just leave, man. Like, you need to just get out of here, because
run. You're like,
yeah, I'm like, please just run.
And you're like, and let me go
Yeah,
too.
shoot me.
You're like,
It was really.
I'll
it
just
was
let
rough,
Danielle
man.
fix this at
that
home.
happens to my apprentice.
Yeah.
Like if he gets in over his head, I tell him, don't chase it. Just go, hey, Juke, you want to show me that thing you were talking to me about earlier? It's that easy.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
And I go, yeah. Where are you at? Right here? Yeah. So, and then I'll just start talking and I'll fix it.
Well, at one point, this
Aw,
guy
that's so
tried to step
nice.
in and then like gave up.
Because he didn't know.
Gosh.
Well, he was like, look, you really, and I think
Was
she was
that at
just,
a Great Clips?
No, it was at some random place in downtown, and yeah, and it was.
Was it called Sovereign Barber Shop?
I can't remember.
I'm just joking. That was my barber shop.
Oh, okay.
That's
it was
funny.
That was it. But it was.
It was Juke
It
when
was
he
like
was
to
an
the point.
apprentice.
It was to the point where it was like, we're just gonna have to just shave with a bic, like the whole, like all of the sides to just fix this. Like it was.
You were
it was
bald.
rough. Yeah, it was really rough.
Okay, is your name really Juke?
Oh, that's a moniker.
Okay.
Did you think that was his legal name?
I mean, people have names.
So when I started in Bishop
Can you clip
Arts,
that out?
it's always been like a nickname, but I never like committed or went like full, put it on my social media, presented myself as Juke Higgins until I was in the Bishop Arts. I'm cutting hair as a licensed barber for the first time. I've been cutting hair though for like 4 years. And I'm like, I need to build clientele. Like, this is important. I got to be findable.
You gotta have a brand.
I have no. It wasn't more that. It was literally like the utilitarian. Like, it needed to be easy to remember and easy to find, like unique. Because I don't know how to pay or work the algorithms. I mean,
You didn't have the studio.
I didn't have any skills.
Yeah.
So someone was like,
Bummer and Lazarus.
people were calling me Juke, but it was not on the internet. I didn't exist anywhere as Juke Higgins.
What's your first name?
Matthew.
Okay.
And someone
You
said,
look like an Andrew. I don't know why, but I thought Andrew.
Thank you.
What's
Like
your middle
the
name?
Disciple or whatever.
Yeah,
He's the best one.
exactly.
Is
What's
he?
the
He's just
No,
the most
Peter's the best
common.
one.
yeah?
John's
What's
the best
mi-
one.
What's
He
your middle
beat
name?
Peter's ass in the race.
What?
John and Peter raced to the tomb, and Peter got.
Kyle
What's
thinks
that
John.
with Andrew?
He didn't want the
'Cause I said-
smoke.
Smoked him.
John
Because I
just.
said Peter was the best one, and
John beat his ass in the
All
race.
right,
and that
all
was
right.
real.
What does that have to do with Andrew?
He said that was the best.
I
Brittany
said
said,
Peter.
Oh, okay.
I said Peter was the best.
No, he's just
I
the-
stand by that.
So John's just the quickest.
Peter's my main man.
yeah, that's cool.
So your
It-
theory is he's the fastest.
well, first of all, that theory worked in 3rd to 4th grade. Fastest was coolest, so
Okay.
jot that down.
All
He
right.
was the beloved, and
that
it all ends with him getting an awesome vision. Yeah, John's the man,
All right.
number one.
All
Yeah, he
right.
also wrote multiple books in the Bible.
So did Peter.
So
First,
did
second,
James-
and third Peter.
James for the win
Now
on that
Peter
one.
All right, this is
wrote
fine.
letters, and
This
then
is
they
true.
turned them into
All
books.
right.
And wasn't James the highest educated?
I don't know.
He
How
was.
would
Well,
we,
was
how
Luke
would
a
we know
doctor?
that?
But back then, to be a
Luke
doctor,
was
it's
a
just like,
physician.
are you squeamish around blood?
What was
You're
I
a
saying?
doctor.
James? I meant Luke.
Yeah, Luke.
Luke,
Oh,
wrote,
yeah.
Luke wrote all them books.
Yeah, because he was a doctor, right?
Luke wrote 2 books. Luke and Acts, probably.
Probably. Listen to you. So your middle name is
Scott
Judas.
Matthew Scott.
It's Matthew Scott.
That's a
Higgins.
that's
Okay.
a good
And
name. That's
I'm
a
Juke
namesake.
Higgins is
I'm named
pretty
after a relative, so it was
Okay.
never mine.
that's a presidential name. You could run for president. I'd
But
vote
Juke
for you.
Higgins is pretty baller.
Juke is
Juke
pretty
Higgins.
legit.
But also Juke
seriously.
Higgins, like it's pretty.
Yeah.
So this guy was getting his haircut. He goes, "Hey, are you on Facebook?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "What do I search?" And I was like, "Matthew Higgins." And I watched him type it in, and 1,400 search
Yeah.
results. And I was like, "Oh,
You're like, I'm
I didn't
gonna
know
go
it
by
was
Juke
that."
now.
I mean,
Yeah.
I knew this other guy had it.
Yeah.
I was at his grave or whatever.
Oh right.
So
So does your wife call you Juke?
no,
Oh, okay.
she refuses.
Okay.
Yeah.
But and like your family calls you Matthew, but like
Yeah,
your friends.
Yeah.
Most of your friends call you Juke.
Lots of people call me Matt, which is my least favorite.
Oh.
I don't mind Matthew.
Yeah.
That's my name.
Yeah, Matthew.
Yeah.
But I've never introduced myself as Matt since I was like in middle school. And when people, sometimes I'll be like, what's your name? And it's like official, like it's like I'm signing a lease. So I'll be like, Matthew. And they're like, all right, Matt. Anyway, let me show you. And I'm like, dang, the balls on this guy. Where do you get your balls from?
I get that. People call me Ed. I'm like, come on, man.
People call me Brit.
It never even occurred to me to try that.
I know, because you're a good person.
Thank you.
No, also Ed is not really a nickname for Edmund. Ed is a nickname for Edward. Edmund is not nicknameable.
Did you think all Eds were Edmonds?
I thought some of them were.
What is Jack a nickname for?
John, which is strange.
Yeah.
And then Dick is
Richard.
Hank.
Henry.
And then
Chet.
Ooh.
I don't know what Chet's a nickname
I don't either.
for.
Chewy.
Tom Hanks' son is Chet.
Jesus.
Tom Hanks'
Really?
son is
Chewy is short for Jesus. Yeah.
Really?
Really?
That makes the Star Wars make so much more sense.
Chester. Chester is what Chet comes from.
Chester.
Well, people say that Chewbacca was Mexican as a joke, but I disagree with that.
Chewy.
You think it's true?
No, because they're always like, his
Jesus.
name was Chewy, and whatever. They got a bunch of other things to say.
But like
I
rolling the R is kind of the
Yeah,
you know?
right. But I think R2D2.
Is the Mexican?
Yeah,
Of all of them?
because he's like, because he was a mechanic.
I haven't seen any
that's
Star
not my
Wars.
joke.
What
That's
about
not
the
my
gold
joke. I
guy?
literally saw that joke on TikTok.
What about the gold guy?
So shout out to
Okay, what's
whatever
the gold
stand-up
guy?
comedian.
Italian?
What's the gold guy?
I have no original thoughts here.
The gold guy is
What's his name again?
C-3PO is as white as they
C-3PO.
get. He's like,
Yeah, he's
I know all
pretty
the
white.
languages, and I have no concept of social
He
cues.
could be
He's
an
like the
engineer.
Alfred. He's like the
it
Alfred
sounds like
of
he's not white. He's autistic.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
He
it.
could
There's
be
nothing wrong
white
with that.
and autistic.
Sure, he could be. That's
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We have
happened.
evidence for one and not the other.
It has happened.
The Lord makes that happen.
I've got another barber question. One time I was getting my hair cut and they turned me away from the mirror. And that was really frightening for me because I didn't know what was happening. And yes, it was the worst haircut of my life. So I'm curious if there was any correlation there.
So, okay, first of all, you guys are telling me a lot of stories about haircuts that have obviously almost exclusively so far happened in salons.
Okay.
So that's your number one priority.
It had the red and blue thing on the outside, a little swirly
It means
tube.
nothing.
Well, that meant
What is
something
that
to me.
thing called, by the way?
A barber pole.
Okay.
And it actually comes from
I always wondered that.
Before science, barbers and surgeons were the same thing. So it's actually like it was like the OG
So you
medical
are
symbol.
a doctor.
Really?
It kind of looks like the medical symbol, like
Yeah.
these two
Dre
snakes.
and Jay were all
Doctors.
same kind of
Dr.
doctors.
J. Dre.
I really wanted
Juke.
like I wanted to be like Reverend Al Green. Like I would have taken that.
Yeah.
Or Reverend
There's still
Juke.
time.
Reverend Juke would be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
You could
Dr.
get
Juke.
You could
I
get
didn't mean I
ordained.
would go by Reverend Al Green.
But Dr. Juke would be pretty cool.
Dr. Juke.
doesn't sound
It's
as cool
okay.
as Reverend Juke in my mind.
Maybe
You could
D-Juke.
get ordained online and then like officiate weddings and be like this persona.
It sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. Especially for
Haircutting
someone
sounds
with
like a lot of
dyslexia.
work too, though.
Right.
But wait, to answer Kyle's question.
Yeah,
Oh.
so what was it? He just stunk? Did he turn me around because he knew it was going bad? Is that
So
a thing people
in
do?
barbershops, it's actually the mirror is not for you; it's for the barber.
What?
That makes sense.
Really?
So when not only that, but that one wasn't open. Jeez.
I can knock another one. Oh, now they're all empty.
So also, barbers use mostly clippers, and up until recently, all of those things have to be plugged in. And so it's not very easy for barbers to stand behind the chair if you're facing the mirror
Makes
and
sense.
cut your hair. So they normally stand in between the chair and
Yeah, they're on like the side there.
right. So again, the mirror though it doubles the distance. So like if you're 4 feet away from the mirror and I'm standing next to you and I'm looking at your head through the mirror, that's an 8-foot
Yeah.
distance. So it's almost like a photography sort of trick where you're zooming in and out. You're taking a look at the haircut from different angles. You can see silhouette better in the mirror. So
Yeah.
there's a lots of things. The mirror is actually a tool for me. The hand mirror that you get handed at the end.
Yeah.
That's for you.
Interesting stuff.
Hmm.
He also had a vacuum on his clippers, which really lulled me
You were in the
into
wrong place.
like I
Sounds
was
like a barbershop, but
I was like so relaxed because he was like, "Gosh, I don't have to look at this. It feels so nice." And then I got out of there and I had to call someone else. I called someone else on my way out. I called someone I trusted and I said, "Danny, we're fixing this tonight."
man,
I had
you never
a
went back.
yeah, I had a salonist give me like a
Salonist.
shampoo, and it was like the first time she'd ever touched someone's head. Like it was really uncomfortable. It was very quiet too. It was like a very quiet.
What do you want her to do? Hum?
I don't know. It just like, I don't know. It just was a very quiet, very long,
You guys are
uncomfortable,
very odd.
and it was like a very long, slow, uncomfortable like hair shampoo.
Is this a bit?
No, it was. It really happened.
Is this a bit?
I won't say where it
Dude,
happened.
my wife asks me that so often. That's how you know you're a funny person.
Exactly. Like it was.
It was a
Okay.
bit like before you tell the rest of the story. Is this a bit?
This is a bit.
Just tell me so I can buckle up.
You did ask me that on the last episode about something I can't remember. Oh no, it was in our text group.
Yeah, it was in our text because you were saying some ridiculous stuff.
No, it's because you posted something on Instagram.
Didn't you tell me it was racist?
Yeah, it was super racist stuff. I was like, is this a bit?
No.
Are you
was like,
actually
no.
this racist?
No, Edmund
She was
posted
like, no, that's
this.
how I really feel.
Edmund got retweeted by one of his favorite comedians, and he was super excited about it.
Well, Chappelle Lacey from The Fighter and the Kid.
Wow.
I saw. Do you know The Fighter and the Kid?
Yeah.
You listen to the podcast? Oh,
He listens
yes.
to our podcast. That means he listens to every podcast.
Well, but anyways, The Fighter and the Kid.
I speed them all up though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's why it was really hard to tell who did the best Elmo impression.
Oh, right.
Because it was sped up. No, so
Because I'm dyslexic, so it's like that's how I read.
this guy was in KFC.
Okay.
That is not
That's
KFC.
not KFC.
Popeyes.
Very obviously not.
And he looks like Chappelle Lacey. So I snapped.
Wait a minute. Did you just call Popeyes KFC?
Yeah, see,
It's just
that's
so
what I
good.
said.
Hold on.
That's okay. That's what I
it's
said.
that racist?
It feels like related to some kind of privilege.
Okay,
Like, I'm not sure what to call it.
Wait, who's the mascot of Popeyes? Oh, Popeye, the guy.
No.
The other white guy.
no,
Popeyes is like the old.
Popeyes is it's the old
No,
black lady.
I know, but who's the mascot of Popeyes is Popeye.
no,
No,
it's
it's the old
not.
black lady.
No.
Wait, but who's the mascot of KFC?
Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
Yes, but who's the mascot of Popeyes?
There's no,
It's this
The
old
black lady?
there's no mascot of Popeyes.
Is there?
There is a
There's
spokesperson.
spokesperson, she's not a mascot, but she's always in the commercials. It's kind of like Flo from Progressive. She's always the same girl.
No. I'm saying,
Okay,
what's the mascot? What's
so-
like the logo of
okay,
Popeye?
The
Oh,
Popeyes chicken lady. That's what we're saying.
how long has this been a thing?
Here, this was the issue.
She looks
though.
amazing. She's so great. Andy
Okay,
looks so
she
great.
is. This is the issue
She does
though.
look great.
What's the
Edmund
issue?
was super excited about
It's weird that
getting.
the chicken is almost cut off in that photo.
Go up.
Yeah, it's just
very
about
strange.
her.
It's a very strange
Okay,
composition.
Edmund was really excited to get retweeted by his idol,
Chappelle Lacey, yeah.
Chappelle Lacey.
Well, and then
he
they were like
said
DMing me.
something
They're
about
like
KFC.
they're like,
Use
dude,
this.
we are. They're like,
They
dude, we
were
are
DMing
dying.
them.
They're like, we are
What was the
dying.
tweet?
I just
It was a
put
Twitter is not
random
for
guy.
dyslexic
I just put caught Chappelle Lacey slipping at KFC in Texas and like tagged
But
him.
it's not actually him. It's just a
and
guy
it's
that
not
looks
actually
like him.
KFC. It's Popeyes. But
It's
it looks
not
just
KFC.
like him. Like he has. So like, look at his hair. He has this like. You know, it's like it's tall. And I don't. How would you describe this haircut? It's like
that's a high box fade.
yeah. And so
But with,
Gosh, that
it's grown out on top.
So, but here's the thing: is then in the group chat, I was texting Edmund like, "Why did you call this a KFC when it's clearly not a KFC?" He was like, "Yeah, it's a KFC. I was in the KFC taking this picture." I said,
You were inside.
"I said no, it's not a KFC."
Popeyes.
and I
It is
literally
a
say, I'm like, can I have a Popeye? Can I have a spicy chicken
Where
sandwich?
are you from originally?
All over. I mean, all
French
over.
Canada.
Well, like my dad was
He
in the
grew
Air
up in
Force.
Florida mostly.
Yeah, but we moved around a lot. So
Florida mostly?
yeah, I'm not proud of
Tampa.
it. It sucks.
Keep it fine with 49.
Edmonton.
Yes,
Where
I
do you
agree.
think the closest
Sell that
KFC
thing.
is?
No,
Like,
but then
This is
Edmund.
Chappelle.
So
Anyway.
then Edmund
Grapevine.
texted, "Is this a bit?" Because I
Yeah,
was
'cause you kept
insistent
saying, like, that is
it
not a
was not a KFC, and
I'm
you're like,
like,
"Is this a
come
bit?"
on.
I'm like,
I'm
"No,
like-
I'm looking at the picture, and I
she
can
was the one
clearly
being
tell."
Yeah, it was me. It was me all along.
And
news is
also,
it was a
never
bit.
expect that.
and
It
also,
was a bit.
Edmund
Yeah.
only
Own it.
walks everywhere in Grapevine, and I know for a fact he doesn't walk to KFC. And
I'm
Popeyes
not within
is right
walking
down the
distance
street.
of a KFC, but I was very, very excited when they like retweeted it. It was a big
And the
deal.
nearest KFC is in South Lake.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't walk
Just
there.
to illustrate the difference between
Yeah, that's-
Popeyes and KFC.
Yeah,
I got excited when I took the one for one. I'm taking a photo of a stranger, and the cash register guy is like looking in my direction. So I'm like, "Ooh," and it's just us. It's just us three
Okay.
in this magical moment. And I just like pulled it up and did it, and then I was like, I just posted right away, and I just got nervous, and I
got excited.
confused Popeyes with KFC. I mean, who hasn't?
What
most people
what do
haven't.
you get at Popeyes?
The spicy chicken sandwich, no pickles.
No pickles.
yeah, he doesn't like pickles.
I've never liked pickles. I ate pickles a lot as a kid.
That's weird.
Like, why is that weird?
Because most kids don't like pickles.
So I love the little buttery, tiny pickles.
Oh, those are gross.
Dang,
Am I a Nazi? Guys, would you tell me? Would you tell me if I
you
wasn't
weren't eating relish with a spoon, but chill out. For sure, chill out.
I don't know. I like the little, and then as I got older, I just didn't like them anymore.
Pickles are better than those sweet pickles. Those are disgusting.
Regular pickles are better than the buttery, weird sweet pickles.
Yeah, because pickles are just a cucumber that's been left in
Yeah, that's
a
been
jar.
pickled.
Okay.
Okay, so Juke,
What do you get at KFC?
He doesn't know because he can't walk
I've
there.
never been there. I've never been to
What
one.
do you get at KFC?
I don't eat there.
What do you get at Popeyes?
Spicy chicken sandwich.
Smart.
But I get it with pickles because I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a question: are you as in?
We're gonna
Goodbye. So Edmund and I and like our whole crew, we like really pride ourselves on being, I would say, like pretty into Grapevine. Like Edmund doesn't even drive; he just walks everywhere. We spend all our time here.
If I could, I would literally open up like a Bob's Burger situation on Main Street, where like my barber shop was underneath.
Yeah.
It could be busy or not as long as I didn't fail.
Can you walk to Main Street from your house? Where do you live?
I can.
Sweet.
Yeah, I live right here, Dooley.
Cool. That's legit. I live right over there too.
So
behind.
Where was this going, Brittany?
Well, I was just wondering, like, if you were as into Grapevine as we are, because we're very.
You were just
into
you were just heat checking.
Okay, so that just means that like we all have to be like on the same page about like, because eventually I'm gonna run for mayor of Grapevine.
Sure.
So you can like maybe be my campaign manager.
Sure.
Okay, cool. It doesn't pay well, but
Where is your barber
I can't read.
shop?
okay, that's fine.
Sounds like a crack
You don't
team.
have to read. You do not have to read.
Is the barber shop? It's in Great.
It's on Main Street, right?
Is it on?
It's just off.
Just off Main Street. Okay.
Why don't you plug in your barbershop right now? Where is it at?
Wow.
I want to know where it is. Yeah, I got a mop on my head. A lot of people want to know.
You need to go.
That is true.
I've been. Big fan.
Do you cut women's hair?
I have some female clients. I specialize in making people look masculine.
Oh, I see.
I know where this is going.
What I
Nope.
mean is,
Nope.
what I mean is, I
But
do
some women
not
like that
discriminate.
look,
Yeah.
but I have a very specific skill set.
and
Yeah.
some women want that.
Rugby players.
Some women, actually,
I was at a
I
tournament.
used to cut a rugby player's hair.
A
I am
girl or a
rugby-
guy?
I am a rugby player, so that'll be two.
Correction,
She
you
could've beat you.
were
She
a
could've
rugby
whooped
player
you.
like
I was at a-
12 years ago.
She could have just embarrassed you behind Walmart.
I mean,
on
give
the
me a
4th of
chance.
July.
2020.
Give me a chance, man.
Two.
I'll pray that morning. So I was at a rugby tournament, and it was like multi-gendered, or it was like
Okay.
we didn't play against females, but there were multiple.
I was gonna
You can
say
call them women.
equal rights, equal
Fights.
scrimmages,
yeah, equal
skirmish,
scrums.
Dang, I forgot. I don't know anything about rugby.
So we were at this
What's the ball
tournament.
called? Does it have a name?
Henry. So it was.
Give me that Hank.
Hank. What's it from the Castaway? Was that a Castaway reference?
Oh, Wilson.
Wilson. There we go. So I was
That
at
was
this
clutch.
tournament. I was at this tournament, and I'd never really seen a female rugby team before. And then we did.
They're scary.
Yes. So we were all like sitting down waiting for the
Did
next
they do the
game.
haka before they got on the field?
They were just like walking. So they were just walking by, and we're like under this tent eating Chick-fil-A, and these girls are walking by, and we're like, all right, that's what a girls rugby team looks like.
Yeah.
And like the last couple girls.
second only to roller derby.
Yes. It's same group.
Same
I'm
vibes.
pretty sure
Yeah,
they're
same
just-
class.
It's like
I got
rugby
injured
in the
during-
Yeah, yeah.
summer, roller derby in the winter.
Exactly.
But same players.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
same uniforms.
So they're like walking by, and one girl is like, "Hey, where's Meatwad?" Yeah. I was like, I do not want to see that girl. Whoever's Meatwad, I don't want to stick
Did you
around.
watch the game?
No.
I don't know how announcing goes, but I could imagine it would have been something like, "That's a foul on number 36. She'll be serving 5 years for that one."
There goes Meatwad.
There goes Meatwad as she leaves. Oh, everybody's waving to her as she leaves the field.
Did you see that clip? There was a clip where some guy was officiating or giving commentary for like a UFC fight. And I guess he just ran out of stuff to say. And he's like, both of these fighters dealing with custody battles currently. So they have that in common. And then it was like, that was it. It was like, why did he say that?
Okay.
Anyways.
I imagined Meatwad with an ankle bracelet on.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely one of those.
So Juke says he is as into Grapevine as we are.
Oh,
Yeah, for
wow.
sure.
Yeah.
How long have you known Jesus?
Like I think I knew about him.
Yeah. Are you dating or married or just seeing
To
other people?
Jesus?
Well, just like metaphorically, like I'm into. I heard somebody say once, like I'm into Jesus. I'm just like seeing other people right now.
Oh no, I'm totally okay.
Married?
So this yeah, for sure. I am part of the bride of Christ. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
I'm into it.
The caveat though is that I know you guys have like a old.
We hate Jesus.
You guys have like an old school Catholic vibe.
Yeah, we're definitely
you
old
guys are
school.
Are we old
Orthodox.
school Catholic vibe?
Oh,
I mean,
guys
you
are-
dropped the hard F at the beginning
That's
of the.
true.
Yeah. Oh, they were doing that back then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think Paul wrote about that in one of the
It
letters.
was when John beat him to the tomb. He was
They
like,
weren't even allowed to know what was in the Bible for a long time.
until we wrote it.
Sorry, too
until we
soon?
compiled it.
Peter
Okay,
was just
sorry.
like, John beat me to the tomb.
Yeah, what were you gonna say though?
Oh,
So I'm a Protestant.
Oh,
that's fine.
what are you protesting?
Yeah.
Us.
He knew he walked into.
But I go to church right here. And,
Yeah, what church do you go to?
Lonesome Dove,
Oh, the Cowboy Church.
the Cowboy Church.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Which one's
I
that?
don't know. Isn't
Oh,
there?
okay.
Isn't that like a thing?
I thought he went to the church DJ Sean goes to.
The Dove Road,
Yeah.
Dove Loop, Lonesome Dove Road,
Yeah.
Dove Elementary School.
Wait, the church is called Lonesome Dove?
Yes.
Like the movie?
And it's by that
the movie
cemetery.
is based on that settlement.
Yeah.
The settlement was there before Grapevine Lake was there.
Right,
It's a man-made
right.
lake.
Wait, are you kidding me? The
No, this
movie
is real.
Lonesome Dove
This
is from
this
around
is
here?
100%
Yes.
Grapevine
real.
Lake is
Holy
man-made.
I did not know
That
this.
cabin
Yeah,
on Main
all
Street.
lakes in Texas are
From
man-made.
Lonesome Dove?
Except for
is-
like
I told
Cabin Lake.
every time people come here, I tell them that cabin is the first outdoor bathroom that was in Texas ever or something. I just always walk by and I go,
when
that's
I
the
was a
first
kid-
outdoor bathroom.
When I was a kid, I legitimately thought it was like where Jesus was born. So,
Legit.
you
well,
know.
no, the little tomb,
here in the heartland.
the tomb over by Will Hoyt's. There's like a prison
Oh,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I tell my kids, I'm like, that's Jesus's tomb because it looks like it.
That's crazy.
Wait, so Lonesome Dove was from a? That's,
Yes, that's accurate.
Now, the movie is not based on any real events.
Wait,
It's
did
total
you really
fiction,
Did you go to
But the
Grapevine High
research
School?
that he did was based on the
Huh.
whole settlement.
Did you go to Grapevine High?
I didn't because of the way things are zoned. I went to Colleyville.
Okay.
Oh,
But
I went to
same
South
school
Lake.
District.
We probably would have graduated around the same time.
07.
Oh wait,
You guys are siblings.
yeah, besties.
All right, we need to do
the
a studio
rest.
coffee ad, Brittany. If you could
Okay.
do a studio coffee ad.
Yes. Okay, so if you're looking for a little
There we go.
pick me up, you can go to drinkstudiocoffee.com and get this lovely bag of coffee beans, which are ethically sourced.
Is that true?
Yes, and also it's a blend of Central and South American beans. This is something I learned today. You can choose if you want to get the whole beans or what level of thickness you want the grinds to
How
come.
thick do you like the beans to be?
I like French press, so it's like
pretty
coarse
thin.
ground.
That's a coarse grind.
Yeah, it's like
Thin.
a coarse grind.
Girly.
And you can, that's not girly.
French?
French
You're
isn't
French.
That's
You ever
true.
heard of the French Foreign Legion?
No, what's that?
It's a bunch of dudes that'll totally make you their ham sandwich
French-
behind Walmart.
Get their ham
They'll
sandwich.
make me a ham
What do you
sandwich.
think of the smell of this?
That's not the actual coffee, though, is
Yes,
it?
it is.
That
it is? Let me smell it.
literally smells like
It smells not bad.
I want to bathe
So
in it.
good,
6-month-old
right?
coffee.
Yeah.
So good. You heard it here first. For $19 a bag, you can have your very own studio coffee. And that helps support everything that we're doing here at the studio.
Yeah,
And it keeps the show running.
it does.
And it allows us to continue to pay fine guests like Juke.
And
Yeah.
it'll keep you running too.
It's good for ads.
Man, that's really good.
Also, I do want to say we have these catechisms for sale.
Oh, jeez.
I'm serious. These
Okay.
are great. Honestly, like if you're looking for,
He's in there too.
Yeah.
you might. So this is the complete teaching of the Catholic Church, right in this book.
Wow.
Some people
It's
don't
only
know
that
That is
that.
Book of Mormon.
It is, except for it predates
Without
the
the
Book of
ties.
Mormon, and
By
it
a
wasn't.
lot.
Yeah.
It wasn't written in America.
Yeah.
It wasn't found in Pennsylvania. on
Man,
some
shots fired.
scrolls.
That should be the ad for the catechism. Wasn't written in America.
That's how you know it's real.
It's just printed here.
And these are for sale on what website? EdmundMitchell.com.
Yeah, EdmundMitchell.com/store.
So if you're looking for a good handy pocket catechism so that you can whip it out and tell everyone all the teachings, I'll read to you my favorite passage real
Oh my
quick.
gosh, we're really doing this?
Yeah. This is my favorite paragraph of...
Are you making this up?
No, I swear.
Is this a
Don't need to
bit?
know.
No, this is not.
Is this a bit?
My favorite paragraph
Can
of the
you imagine
catechism
the disciples.
is 2666.
Is this a bit?
When Jesus rose from the grave.
Wait, what happened?
You're like, is this
But
a bit?
even if you look with lust upon a woman, you've committed adultery. And John's like,
Is this a bit?
Is this a bit? Come on.
They kind
This
of did
guy.
that at the formation of the Eucharist. He was
Yeah.
holding it up.
All
They're
right,
like,
listen.
all right, what do you
Is
really
this a
mean?
bit?
Listen to this. This is my favorite. This is 2666. But the name that contains everything is the one that the Son of God received in his incarnation, Jesus. The divine name may not be spoken by human lips, but by assuming our humanity, the word of God hands it over to us and we can invoke it, Jesus. The name Jesus contains all, God and man, and the whole economy of creation
Man, you're
and
really
salvation.
going for this. You're really going for
To
it.
pray Jesus is to invoke him and to call him within us. His name is the only one.
We don't always do this.
This is the best one.
Oh my gosh.
His name is the only one that contains the presence it signifies. Jesus is the risen one, and whoever invokes the name of Jesus is welcoming the Son of God who loved him
Oh my God.
and
How
who
much
gave
longer?
himself up for him.
Wow. That's kind of
That's-
beautiful that you
that's
started at the
great.
top of the show dropping a hard F-bomb, and then now you're ending with the name of Jesus is powerful.
It is. The name of Jesus is the only name that contains the presence it signifies.
Wow.
So when you say the name of Jesus, he is there.
Wow.
And that's why you too can get your own copy of this catechism.
So if you want Jesus, you can buy this for $42.99 on no. That's kind of,
Something like that.
it's like $42 maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. It's kind of, it's a whole thing.
We'll give
They
you a
only
copy
make,
for free
they
though
only
if
make
you
them in
want.
Australia.
That's your.
I think I got it on my
I think I got
Google
enough.
ebooks.
It's on your app.
He's like, I think I got enough there, right there.
One
when you read all that.
paragraph.
Juke, you're awesome. I hope that maybe you come back and be a recurring.
Can I plug the shop?
Yes.
Please
Yeah.
plug the shop.
Please plug the shop.
Well, I'm right here off of Main Street in Grapevine. It's Close Knit Barber Shop.
Right by Weinberger's.
Right
I
near
love
Weinberger's.
Weinberger's.
It's very good. I will actually soon have my own sandwich there.
Really?
You can order the Juke. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, what's that going to be? What's it going to be?
Dan has
come?
explained to me that there's like 3 iterations. So
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
It'll be off
That
menu.
is one of the.
And by the time we hit the 3rd generation, it'll be on menu.
Okay.
I'm very excited.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
awesome.
So wait, can we go in as like a test run and be like, can I try out?
I'll
So it's
tell
on-
you when you can do that.
Is it on the
and then,
secret
yes,
menu?
absolutely.
Is it on the secret menu
Not
right
yet.
now? Okay.
Yeah,
What's your
still-
favorite
Sandwiches
sandwich at
in the secret
Weinberger's? Honestly, is the best sandwich place in Grapevine.
CloseKnitBarbershop.com. That's it. That's
What's
all I
your
need.
favorite sandwich at Weinberger's currently, besides the Juke?
Dragon's Breath.
The Dragon's Breath is really good. I really, really like the Dirty Dozen, and I also really like the Ciabatta Bomb. But I mean, Thor's Patty Melt,
They're so
best
good.
damn buffalo chicken sandwich ever is really good. The
Oh, I haven't had that
Habana.
one.
What's up with that place
I'm
right?
working my way through the menu.
There's
Yeah.
there's a place right
Have you had
near
all the
you.
Cubans?
The Habana's my favorite, and then
Cubans
Dragon's
are,
Breath
the Key
is really
West
good.
is my favorite.
There's a place right near you that has like a barber's chair like outside on the porch.
Yeah, actually, they're not on Google as a barbershop at all. So I didn't
what
notice
is
that until I saw that
Looked up,
chair.
yeah.
I felt really bad. But apparently, there's a salon, and the woman who owns the salon, her husband runs like a little 2-chair spot upstairs.
And he cuts people right on the balcony there.
No, that's all a prop. But,
Okay,
but
that'd be cool.
Yeah. Actually, I've heard nothing but nice things about that.
Yeah. So I do think Adrian and I need to go and like do like a vlog, like shoot some like do some type of podcast where
Especially because they're having Main Street Fair or something like that next month.
Main Street
Oh,
Days.
yeah.
Day.
It's in May.
Yeah, like May 15th to 16th.
Okay.
Definitely gone.
Are you guys going to be open during Main Street Days?
Yes.
But a
That's
quick
so
question. Just with the Grapevine recently, I've never been to Weinberger's. What's the first sandwich I should get?
The Dirty Dozen.
The Dirty Dozen?
Yes.
Hands down.
Yeah, for sure.
what kind of
Oh my
sandwich?
gosh.
Like what kind of sandwich guy
Normally,
are
when
you?
people ask me, I go, "Well, that depends. Like what you're into. Are you a Reuben guy? Are you a Cuban guy? Are you a cold
I'm
cuts
a
guy, like an
Cuban
Italian guy?" And I think when you think sandwich shop, especially because of Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's, all that stuff,
They're all
Most-
trash compared to Weinberger's.
definitely. But most people gravitate towards an Italian, and Dirty Dozen sort of scratches that itch. But some people say right off the bat Reuben, and then I say, "Oh, Wall Streeter," or
Wall Streeter is good.
yeah,
Okay, so Dirty Dozen.
Dirty Dozen for sure.
I like the
Juke
Key
sent
West
me here.
Cuban. That's my favorite.
yeah.
Just tell them
Juke
that.
sent me here. Yeah, we say Juke sent me here.
Juke sent me here.
So
Dirty
honestly, if you're watching this and you've never been to Grapevine, I think probably the perfect Grapevine day would be like a Saturday.
Sure.
Let's build this out.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So
You get a
first thing,
sandwich.
no. First thing you get up, you got to get a fresh cut.
But then you
go
get
to
your
Juke.
hair in the sandwich. though.
No, Edmund, you're clean.
No,
By the time you leave,
Cleaned up, yeah.
he cleaned
Okay.
you up. Come on.
Okay.
Dozen.
Okay.
I think,
All right.
I think before the haircut, you got to stop by Redefine Coffee Shop and get a coffee.
Okay, you
To
get
go.
a
That's
coffee.
a
You get a
controversial
coffee.
opinion that I'm not going to comment on.
That's true.
Brittany's
So-
not a fan,
I know she's not. We talked
but
about
we're
this.
all fans. I'm a fan.
But you can get a coffee to go.
a
Just
fan of
regular
you,
black
Adrian.
coffee.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I said, I'm a fan of you.
I'm like OG Redefined back when it was in the other location.
Same.
Yeah.
They got caught up in that scandal.
Yeah. What's I don't know. Maybe we should talk about it after.
Yeah.
What's Kindle?
Speaking of after, we are 90 minutes into this podcast.
Okay, we're doing great.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
We have another half hour.
This is great. So wake up, get a coffee from your favorite coffee place.
Yeah.
I won't tell
It
you
could
mine.
be
but-
Redefined. It could be Brew and Batter.
Exactly.
Brew and Batter's great. We love Brew and Batter.
The tale of two coffee
It
shops.
could be
like
either
they
one.
need talk about
Shout
two
out
people.
Brew and Batter.
Talk about two people that need to go behind a Walmart and duke it out.
Yes, accurate.
No, I just think Adrian needs to go work at.
Can you imagine if you worked at both? Can you imagine if you worked
You
at
could
both?
work at
He was
both.
double dipping.
No, I'm gonna stop you there. I love Redefined. Love Brew and Batter. We're all friends and
Yeah,
community.
Redefined has great lighting and it's a great place to meet up.
Yeah.
There we go.
And Brew and Batter has good coffee. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Okay, the old redefined was fire, but we've moved on.
I'm against his opinion. For the record, don't
I'm
fire me.
totally joking.
I'm
Okay.
officially saying out loud.
Okay, so you get some coffee. Then what time does Close Knit open?
I actually open on Saturdays at 8, and I'm open until 3.
Wow. Okay, so we've got let's say a 10 a.m. appointment.
Perfect.
All right, so we get some coffee.
breakfast tacos at
okay.
Mrs. G's.
Let me call and push back our appointment to 11 because we got to get some breakfast tacos from Mrs. G's.
Mrs. G's.
And we don't want to wake up too early, right? So then we go and get a haircut from Juke.
Sure.
It takes us what, half an hour?
Yeah, unless you're getting a beard trim, and then it's an hour.
All right. Well,
or unless you're a really fly guy, then you're gonna hang out with Juke a little longer.
that's true. That's true. Yeah. So all right. So then it's noon.
Wow.
And
had a full morning.
We have had a full morning. So, but you know, you've worked up an appetite getting your beard trimmed or whatever.
Yeah.
So you go to Weinberger's, you get a Wall Streeter, or you get a Dirty Dozen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then
Buy some cocaine behind Main Street Bistro.
nope. Then you wander on down to Sloan Williams.
Okay.
Sloan Williams.
Have you been there?
Oh, no.
You get a Winerita wine flight. It's a wine slushy flight.
And it doesn't taste good.
It's amazing. Shut up, Kyle.
Hot takes. Hot take. That was good. I'm a little jealous. That's all I've wanted to do this whole episode. That's like the one thing I've wanted to do. This whole episode.
What's the inflection?
Yeah.
It's all about delivery.
Yeah,
and he literally hit it with
really
and
good.
it doesn't taste good.
I hate Kyle. I love Kyle so much.
It is perfect.
Okay, that's not
He's
accurate.
autistic.
That's
Yes.
That's a debate. That's a debate.
Did it.
There's no diagnosis.
Did that not count, Kyle?
Wait, you're free range autistic?
Yeah, dude.
Out here,
full blown.
undocumented.
Dude, he's
out of the
full
world.
blown like, yeah,
he's
really.
artistic.
Out of the closet.
Artistic.
Hey, the Lord wills it. The
Dude,
Lord.
there are some grapevine moms out here that will never be fans of your podcast now.
Hey, we're not saying it's bad.
Yeah.
We love Kyle.
Yeah, we love Kyle. We love all people in the closet.
So what are you going to do after you buy the cocaine?
No, so you're getting the wine flight actually tastes really good. It is it's 4 wine slushies.
Ugh.
You can pick from like 6 different flavors. You're looking at me with skeptical eyes, but I'm telling you, this is the way to go.
Okay. And then what do you do with the rest of your night?
You get
Take
like a
nap?
little bitty buzz.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Just a little bit, not a
Right.
lot.
You had a downer, so now you get an upper.
Where do you go next?
You go to Yum Boards.
Where's that?
Where is that?
It's on Texas, right next to.
Oh, right next to
what's that coffee shop name? Brew and Batter.
Brew and Batter. And then it's right near where the Masons bought the building.
Real estate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you get yourself a cheese board.
Okay.
And you put it in the trunk of your car.
Okay.
Because you're not going to do that yet.
Yeah.
But while you're down in Main Street, maybe you poke around the shops. Maybe you look at some. Maybe you're a 45-year-old woman. Probably not because you got your hair cut at a barbershop that morning. But if you are, or if you're with one,
or you're a fan of Ellen DeGeneres,
you hop into many of the shops.
There's also
on
the
Main
farmers
Street
market.
Grapevine.
Okay, farmers market.
Get you
You get
some
a
pickles.
honey straw.
They have really good chocolate covered. They do have those. They have chocolate covered almonds.
Some almond milk sorbet.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Okay,
I'm not hating.
Then
what's wrong with a honey straw?
Then you take your laptop bag.
Dude, you could have just lived at the honey straw.
Him.
The honey straw was good.
Now
man.
he thinks he's funny.
Yeah.
And
then
I'm
you
really
take your
excited.
At
laptop.
some point, you got to head over to Hop and Sting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, not
I was
bad.
gonna say Will Hoyt's.
Now, Scaffidi's.
Well, on your way to Hop and Sting, you've had a busy morning.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
True.
You're going to pull
I
out
do.
a menthol. You're going to walk into the bathroom at Will Hoyt's. You're going to light your menthol.
Yes.
There's an
You
ashtray
don't have
there.
to go in the bathroom.
Yeah, I know, but you've got a busy morning.
Right.
That's why the only reason you're really there.
All right.
Yeah.
You're going to know what freedom tastes like.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to
Shoot a few rounds of pool
Yeah.
upstairs.
Yeah.
The waitress
Let
will
your belly
ask you.
settle.
The waitress will ask you what you want to drink and if you need an ashtray.
That's right.
Yeah.
Classy and they give you the
and then when you're
Wilhort's
done drinking there, you go to Weinberger. Hop and Sting.
Yeah.
And have that barbecue trailer outside.
Now, what you should do is also swing by Stellini's right next to Hop and Sting.
Edmund loves
the Godfather.
The drink. It's a shot.
It's
First of all, that place is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up and down. I don't know about the shot you're talking about, but
oh, it's amazing. It's
I'm a Stellini's guy for sure.
We haven't eaten there. We've only drank
scotch.
the shot.
It's scotch, and I always
will
get
not disappoint you.
It's scotch, and I always get the other.
I had that.
The amaretto, Amarillo.
Yeah, I think it's amaretto and
Amarillo
scotch.
and scotch.
It comes in like a tall shot glass.
It's a perfect digestif.
It's warming.
yeah.
It is warming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. And then you take your laptop bag because you got a few emails to send.
Mm-hmm.
You go over to Harvest Hall.
Oh, have you been to the Harvest Hall?
It's
gorgeous. It's
yeah,
great.
it's amazing.
We made it up to the top of the tower.
Okay, and that's where I wanted to end this because I'm interested in this story because
I snuck into the
snuck into the observation tower
it's
at the
not that
Harvest
great
Hall.
of a story, but we snuck into there was a door open and we walked in and then walked up
How
the
much
stairs.
does it normally cost
do you have to pay to go to the top?
I thought you did.
In most things in life.
You have to pay to go to the top.
You got to pay to go to the top.
Yeah, you got to pay someone.
Freaking capitalism. And racism. We're going to close it out the episode. What?
Nothing.
I think that would be a really good night.
That'd be a great Saturday.
A day.
And then if you're still feeling a little tipsy, it's like 2 a.m. You just wander over to Whataburger, get yourself a little
and
honey
Chill will
butter
be
chicken
open
biscuit.
till like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
So you can always go there.
Or tap in.
And tap in. Edmund loves their sweet potato fries.
I really do like tap in. Actually, and you're a Marine, so they have all those Marine steins.
Do they?
On the wall, but they have people's names on them, so I don't know if.
I literally haven't been to tap in yet since I moved back.
Okay.
Not for any good
Did you
reason.
go in high
Had you been
school?
before?
Yeah.
So what is the beer stein thing like?
I don't know.
I bet your name's up there, man. I bet you have a mug with your name.
You're on the
it.
Wall of Fame at Tap In.
See?
All right, I think we've gone long enough, right?
Yeah.
You're holding the mic wrong. The
on
mic,
Main Street
no,
offer a military discount, so.
I didn't know that.
Everyone on Main
I
Street?
have too much self-respect to ask for a military discount, but
Why?
unless I'm in Florida,
Because you didn't.
because those fools are giving like 20% away. Dude, I went there with my church, and I was like, let me do it on my credit card.
My
bro.
dad.
I'm saving the church 20%. Y'all can just Venmo me
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, my dad
and
does
the
it.
points was like,
Yeah.
and I was like, y'all got a discount on these jet skis? And they were like, we do, big bro. You see that ID?
Last minute at Juke, where can people find you on Instagram?
Close knit barbershop.
Okay.
Yeah, or just search Juke Higgins.
That's great.
I'm also on Twitter. I just post my Instagram to Twitter. I can't read, so it's not for dyslexics.
I love it.
Yeah.
And Facebook, same thing. And yeah, if you can't remember, grapevinebarbershop.com. That's right.
Yeah.
I own that too.
Wow.
You do. Good for you, man.
Good
Good for
job.
you.
Yeah,
That's how
appointment based.
Grapevine I am.
Don't do you really don't do walk-ins, except that last time that was me, last minute, and that was great. And I was forever.
Don't
grateful for
encourage.
that.
I was
other
walking by and you
people to-
came out to me.
I am not too good for. I walked out.
Yeah. You came out to me.
You were like, your hair looks like shit.
Yeah.
Screw
You need
walk-ins.
help.
I'm walking out.
Yeah.
So I am not too good for walk-ins. I rarely have time for them. So it's not.
Maybe your apprentice.
It's not about true. I also have another barber that's working there on Wednesdays and Fridays right now, who is not an apprentice. He is a definite master barber. He's awesome. His name's Ryan. But all that's on the website.
That's legit.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Thanks.
glad we met that one time I was drinking outside the gas station.
Yeah, I was the not so silent Bob to your.
Also,
ear.
I'm so glad that you came on our podcast and not Sarah Ducey's because she's a
I don't know who
bitch.
she is.
Yeah. See? Doesn't even know who she is.
Yeah.
No one
Bleep that out.
We're going to bleep that out. Love you, Sarah. All right, guys, let's wrap up this podcast.